I agree. How would the lineup be different? You know, what scenarios would we be in? But this guy's battle tested. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I know this is not to take anything away from Trent, but it's, you know.
Oh, that would be it! That would be it! Let's go!
Walk-off's home run. Walk-off's run is a walk-off. The walk-off. Chip, cut it to here.
We're ready?
Caleb.
And we're live here, St. Tammany Oshner, WPBN pregame show live at the Heap, getting ready for this big 5A matchup between the Dutchtown Griffins and the St. Paul's Wolves live here at the Heap. So great hype video lead into the pregame show, and then you got to see Trent Kayami with his walk-off grand slam.
I can never stop watching that.
I called it.
Yep. Mike Arnold, Jeff Russo, Jeff Winchester.
Well, you made
I made the entire inning happen.
I was about to say.
Think about it. I came up here, said it.
Jeff Russo made the entire inning happen. He was in the press box the entire game.
Yeah.
And then for the 7th, he decided to grace us with his presence.
I also want to give
work his magic.
Little bit of an edge to the Yellow Skittles. We
Fair.
went yellow.
Okay.
100%.
You did start turning the tide.
Yeah,
you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I turned the tide, but yellow was in the 7th. The green, the purple, the red, the orange was garbage.
I talked to my dad
Yellow's
this morning, and he had this serious conversation with me. He goes, "You need to be up there, son."
You do,
right?
Right. I'm pretty sure.
He's at home
I'm
right
pretty
now.
sure that was
Big
preceded by these knuckleheads up there. Really are not as impressive.
Right. Yeah.
We try. Get up there.
Yeah.
You good?
But
we're trying win. We're trying.
Little rain. Yep. But exciting game.
Yep.
Right.
So St. Tammany Oshner pregame show on WPBN live on Facebook and YouTube. Also, you can go to WPBN.live later this week if you want to purchase or download the replay.
Right.
Just to let everybody know, what they should do to know that we're going live, hit the like and hit the subscribe button and set all the alerts to all.
Yep.
And then that way, as soon as we go live on Facebook,
you'll then know.
Everybody will know that the game is going on, or at least the pregame's on.
Share it with everybody.
Subscribe.
Coach's Clinic. He's like Mr. Fix-It.
Oh, yeah.
Good job.
Try.
So
I'm talking about.
Our game day sponsor today is going to be Top Velocity. We got Dr. Pat McNeil, Brent Porcio coming in the booth later, two owners of Top Velocity. Tell us a little bit about their program, what's going on there. So excited to have those guys. They should be in the second inning. So let's do a recap from last night during the pregame show here. Talk about that game, Jeff and Jeff. I'll kind of let y'all do it since I gave the recap last time and kind of cut y'all off. So I'll
pretty much gave us all the statistics.
Yep.
But no, I mean, we had Russo go 3 2/3 inning, and then we had Aiden Barrios come in for an inning and a third, which, you know, the junior did a really nice job of stepping in and kind of keeping it close. I mean, that was the name of the game. I know Dutchtown jumped out, and they got ahead and stayed ahead. But credit to the defense and the pitching staff to do a good job of at least keeping the game close.
Yeah.
All right, that was the key going into the last inning is, you know, one swing of the bat winds up winning it. We set the table, and that's what you're shooting for.
Yeah.
You know.
So interesting
Kudos
fact
to-
you learned about that walk-off grand slam from Miami. When was his last home run?
He told me that his last home run he
Listen
hit
to this. I don't know if you already know.
was in Cooperstown.
Okay.
So
No
he
way,
had to be
huh?
12 years old, which is probably why he didn't know how to round the bases last night.
Right.
He gets to second
He
base.
didn't know what to do after the
And
double.
if you go back and look,
Oh, he's almost to the
he
pitcher's
is
mound.
almost
He
to
goes
the
in front of
pitcher's
that
mound.
Yeah.
And then, you know, and
Chip,
then
you can run that replay right now.
and then he had to go back. They were trying to catch him to go to third base
Yep.
Right.
and then
Todd
come
waved
home.
him in.
Yeah,
right.
he totally thought he hit a double.
Exactly.
I talked to him today, and it was a kick.
Yeah.
And he totally did. He
Yep,
thought he
so-
hit a double, and he was
I
good. And he wanted to go
gotta
celebrate
line
with
it up
his Wolves.
Very
That's what he wanted
exciting.
to do.
Also
on
nice performance by
guy's
Hunter
battle
Sherwood.
tested. Absolutely.
Yeah, comes in
absolutely.
and
No, this-
really keeps the Wildcats, Dutchtown Wildcats
Figuring
off
things
balance.
out.
Yep.
Did a
So
great
we got
job.
we got the replay running right now. You can see him.
Yeah, watch him rounding
Watch him-
rounding
watch him
second right
round
now.
in second.
He's just going to beeline straight to
this.
home plate
He's
and then
running
wait.
into home plate.
Hold up! I got to go
He's
to third
almost
base.
to the mound.
Yeah.
So is that establishing your baseline? I mean,
Yeah, I think
You said
that's
that.
a little bit out of
You
the
can remember now?
Yep.
a little bit out of the baseline right here.
So
But
big-
Hunter
walk-off
Sherwood,
grand slam.
kudos to Hunter for coming in there and really doing a great job with the
Right.
2 innings that he pitched,
And then
keeping the game
offensively, we had Anderson come in 2 for 3. Kaimi with the big 4-run bomb to end it. Spencer Slayton, don't forget about it right
No.
there. And that was that 7th inning leadoff single that got everything started. And then, you had the hit by pitch by Matthew. You had Spolita's hit that continued things on from there. And again, we just found a way, and that's what I like the most about this is they're just finding ways to put themselves in uncomfortable positions and then end the game in a comfortable win, right?
Yep.
So, again, I called them the Cardiac Kids today on Twitter, and I think that's what we have an absolute year of.
And Mike, you picked up on something earlier. Last night we were talking about it before. You know, Hunter Koras comes up, and he strikes out, took some really big hacks, swung through a few pitches, and then kind of like the LSU World Series, Mike. Talk to us about what you saw there and let us know
I mean,
about that.
you're throwing me under the bus here. I thought it was a goofy comparison.
No.
but it
But it
lines
was
up.
it was
No, no.
reminiscent.
So Warren Morris's home run. First of all, similar shot, low line drive, kind of hooking, barely gets out. But before that, you had Hunter Carras strike out.
Right.
And when he's walking off back towards the dugout, you can see him tell Kaimi something. We even
Right.
talk about it,
Yeah.
and you can see it in the replay. I said, I wonder if he saw something he's telling Kaimi. Well, he's telling you to pick him up.
Yeah.
Same thing Tim Lanier told Warren Morris when he strikes out, and Warren Morris is
And
walking.
I've been watching
Yeah.
and seeing Connor grow up all through these years, and to be in that moment at that time and show that senior leadership
Pick
of
me
like
up.
turn the page, here it is to the junior,
Yep.
put him in that big spot that Hunter's always wanted to be in,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
But he didn't overreact.
Nope.
Mature leadership, go up to him, coach him up, and then coach it out.
Coach it out.
So let's take a break real quick. Thank our sponsor, St. Tammany and Ochsner Health Systems.
Yeah.
And we'll be
come
right
back
back
for
after
first
that
pitch.
commercial, and we'll talk about the lineups for each team, and we'll be right back.
There's a place on the North Shore where children feel right at home. Our highly specialized partnership provides them the most comprehensive pediatrics. Together, we offer extensive capabilities for everything from a simple checkup to specialties like cardiology and urology. So, while they have so far to go in life, all they need is right here. Ochsner Hospital for Children at St. Tammany Parish Hospital. Advanced care for kids of all ages. There's a place on the North Shore where children feel right at home. Our highly specialized partnership provides them the most comprehensive pediatrics. Together, we offer extensive capabilities for everything from a simple checkup to specialties like cardiology and urology. So, while they have so far to go in life, all they need is right here. Ochsner Hospital for Children at St. Tammany Parish Hospital. Advanced care for kids of all ages. There's a place on the North Shore where children feel right at home. Our highly specialized partnership provides them the most comprehensive pediatrics. Together, we offer extensive capabilities for everything from a simple checkup to specialties like cardiology and urology. So, while they have so far to go in life, all they need is right here. Ochsner Hospital for Children at St. Tammany Parish Hospital. Advanced care for kids of all ages. There's a place on the North Shore where children feel right at home. Our highly specialized partnership provides them the most comprehensive pediatrics. Together, we offer extensive capabilities for everything from a simple checkup to specialties like cardiology and urology. So, while they have so far to go in life, all they need is right here. Ochsner Hospital for Children at St. Tammany Parish Hospital. Advanced care for kids.
And we're back, St. Tammany, Ochsner, WPBN pregame show, and we're going to go ahead and wrap up the pregame show, play new 2021 hype video, and we'll be right back to go over starting lineups and get this game started. So we'll be right back. Back live, WPBN Wolfpack Broadcast Network. Mike Arnold, Jeff Russo, Jeff Winchester, and Chip South in the booth here, getting started. Dutchtown versus St. Paul. So, Jeff, kind of go through that lineup there for Dutchtown.
So leading off for the Griffins, they're going to be number 9, Ethan Mayu. He's actually the right fielder.
Good spot.
In the 2-hole, we got number 40, Ruben Williams.
It's ball 1, guys.
In the 3 spot, it's number 10, Tanner Vadney. All you Dutchtown people that are out there, come on. Let me know how that's actually pronounced.
And Trent Kayemi on the mound for St. Paul's, starting off 2-0.
Number 20
on Mayo.
On Mayo. In the 4-hole, number 24, Will DeLon. Mm-hmm. In the 5 spot, we got number 8, Caleb Ickles.
Fly ball, shallow right field and foul territory. Who's that, Barrios?
Yeah, it's Barrios out there.
Barrios in right field.
In the 6th spot, we got number 3, Nick Gisclair.
And that drops in as 2-1 count on Mayo.
Followed by number 21, Peyton Cooper. And hitting in the 8th spot is number 7, Hayden Kibbe. And then hitting in the 9th spot is number 32, Akirian Burrell.
Yeah.
Akirian Burrell.
2-1 count on Mayo.
On the mound for the Griffins is going to be number 16, Nathan Monso.
So ball in the dirt from Kayemi.
I apologize to all the Dutchtown fans who are listening in and hearing me butcher you guys' last names. I do apologize.
He had a practice session before we went live.
I was trying.
Okay. Yeah. It sounded a lot better.
One practice session.
Yeah.
I was never good at cramming right before a test.
3-1 count. Fastball.
Hit off his head.
Batter clearly.
It hit off of his head.
That definitely hit off of his head. I would ask for an appeal. Ask for an appeal.
He's going to ask for help.
That was off his head.
Yeah, it bounced off his head.
So
Mick can thank us for seeing all of that right there. Yep. That's right.
Yeah.
On him back.
Yep.
Go
So
back.
foul ball off the batter, 3-2 count for Mayo.
Yep.
So talking about Trent Kaimi
No,
on the
he was
mound.
No,
down.
it's pronounced Miami.
Kaimi.
Yeah.
It's like Miami.
Okay.
Miami.
Okay.
Grandma tracked me down
Yeah.
last night after the game and said that we were pronouncing that totally wrong.
Yeah, so Trent was a freshman on that state championship team, and he was known as Kaime. And you really don't have an opinion at that time, you know what I mean? So we didn't know it until later that it really was not, and that's how I know him now.
Well, that's what everybody introduced
Yeah.
me to him as.
Yeah.
I think he might have said.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
Trent
because he's
Kaimi.
trained.
He
you know,
probably
it's like,
trained,
I'm
yeah.
just
I mean,
stick
look,
with
for a while there, I was Winnie to everybody, you know, and so
Yeah.
that just stuck. It was like, hey, this is Winnie.
it. But he did a nice job.
Oh, that's off his foot.
Again.
Off his foot again. Now
he's
we
not-
want this one.
He
Right
knows
now.
he's out, so he's not running
Yeah.
that one.
He's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna sell this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh,
he
my
did a
foot,
nice
my
job
foot.
last outing. So we saw him on Saturday.
Yep.
Against Turlings.
Yep.
And he went the complete game. Low pitch count, long rest here as well. But, building off of that, that's a lot of hype for that junior. And he needs this type of season.
Right.
He's coming out hot,
Yep.
right? Showing the power,
Yep.
plus arm,
Yep.
with 2 pitches. Let's see what he does.
Yep. Fastball, ground ball.
Oh,
good
great
dive by
play,
Russo.
Puma.
Dive into the
Guys,
bag,
nice.
pick it
Guys,
up.
nicely
and
done.
he took him out.
Oh,
And
we're all right. We're all right.
Everybody's
right
fine.
Guys,
Collision at first
hey,
base.
you always want to see him play football?
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, God.
We
There
have
it
asked
is.
that question
That's your
before.
defensive
Okay.
end, Mick. You need
Yeah,
to sign
yeah,
him
right
up.
there.
Sign him up, coach.
I felt so good. I always wanted to see it, and I just saw it.
Yep.
Good
So,
form tackle.
That's right.
Right?
Well,
Nice
I mean,
play,
obviously,
though. Great
obviously
back.
we
Nice
know.
freaking play.
Obviously, we know that wasn't intentional.
No,
two
absolutely.
players trying to hustle to get to the base. Matthew Russo with an incredible diving backhand
Yep.
to rob
Yeah.
Ethan Mayu of a base hit,
Yeah.
and then hustle to get to the bag. Both of those guys were moving.
Yeah.
Ruben Williams at the plate for the Griffins. First pitch from Kaimi, fastball
Nice
in for
piece.
ball 1. Hey, giving a shout out, Jason Oberle just texted me they are watching.
Oh, hey,
Shout
Jason,
out to
how
Jordan
are you?
Oberle. He's
Jordan
a
Oberle,
freshman
baby.
over at Dutchtown, big-time ball player.
Love some Jordan.
He'll be on this big stage
And then Big
soon.
Raj.
Yep,
I hope Roger's listening.
yep.
That he can do a massive,
Pawpaw Raj.
beautiful
Yes.
cannonball into
Oh,
the pool.
Yes, Cocoa Beach.
That's
We
right.
got 1-0 here.
Or actually, that was Hoover.
Looks like it's going to
Kind
get
of a-
foul, huh?
Yep.
Yeah,
there we go.
Blooper foul ball down the right field side.
Yeah, so we watched a little bit of the game before this, and they're aggressive.
Yes.
They're aggressive
Yes.
with the bats. I see a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
Look firm, swing early and often,
Yeah.
right? And they run the bases aggressively.
Speed.
So I think
Yep.
this is going to be another nice matchup
Yep.
that we have against another quality team.
That's what
From a local state.
That's what I appreciated last night for with the game. It was very aggressive on
Yeah.
both sides.
1-1 count to Ruben.
Miami
Back
with
to
another
Easy
ground
flip
ball.
over to Russo for out number 2. Scoring at home, that's a 1-3.
I mean, listen, I know things can change on a dime in this game,
Yeah.
but him being on the mound, he is a ground ball machine.
Yeah.
If it's one thing that I've noticed from his last start to right now, I mean, I know we're only 2 hitters deep, he can get him some ground balls.
Yeah. And it's going to be interesting here defensively. If you look at it, you got Matt Cody's first start at shortstop, right? So I'm going to announce the back half.
Fastball for strike 1. Tanner Vadney at the plate, third baseman for the Griffins.
Apologize. So I'm going to announce the Wolves lineup in the back half of the inning. So we'll explain that a little bit more. But this is his first start at short. So
I appreciate the boy from Zachary pronouncing
yeah,
that name correct. Vadney? Yeah.
Well, we were only 3 down,
Yeah.
6 to go. So
yeah, that's all right.
I'm batting 300 right now, guys.
Yeah,
The baseball gods will make up for the next 6.
you're about 80% right.
75% of the time.
75% of that. But who really listens?
Yep. 1-1 count to Vadney.
Apparently a number of people listen because
Yeah.
they know I'm pronouncing names wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Well, we knew that was going to come.
it goes with the territory.
And who would have really thought
Look,
that this
if you
platform?
we're always open to help and suggestions. We're usually out here about 2 hours for first pitch,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
setting up.
that's
So if
right.
anybody wants to come give us the correct pronunciations and help us set up while they teach us how to do these names. We're
So
more than-
tomorrow
more
at
than
12:30, it's going to be another interesting day.
Yeah.
So if there's any Santa Mont,
Santa Mall.
Santa Mall.
parents,
Santa Mall.
players, I know
Ben Sheets.
I know Sheets is probably watching,
That'll be
and,
Big
and
Ben.
his brother's
Right.
probably watching,
Yeah.
and so again, just let us know if we get something wrong, because deep down we're really just trying to get it right.
1-2 count to Vadney. 2 outs here in the top of the first.
Chuck, I know you're watching too. Chuck Sheets, I know you're watching.
Big block by Spalita. Good job right there. Working hard behind the plate for the Wolves.
If you're out there listening to us in the ether, go ahead and leave us a comment on the Facebook page. We love to interact with all the fans that are out there. Let us know how bad we're doing.
Yeah.
Let us know how bad we're butchering last names.
Yeah. 2-2 right here.
We'll make the correction.
Big pitch.
2-2 count to
Another ground
Base,
ball,
yeah.
but got through.
base hit in the left. Cooper Winchester on a knee, blocking it up. So that's going to be the first hit of the ball game. Single to left field by Tanner Vadney.
Yep.
So runners on first here with 2 outs in the top of the first. That's going to bring up the first baseman, number 24, Will DeLon.
I had DeLon right. Didn't I
Yeah.
say DeLon right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I played baseball with a kid named DeLon Beecham. DeLon Beecham's claim to fame was, do you remember when there was 10-cent soft tacos or all-you-can-eat Bullwinkle tacos in 1996 at Taco Bell or whatever?
I'd like to know
He
about
ate
it.
36 soft tacos in one sitting.
Ooh,
Ground ball
attaboy.
to
Good
third.
job.
Attaboy,
Another
Tony.
ground ball.
Ground ball to third. That's going to be the third
Nice
out.
inning.
Top of the first, yeah, but DeLon Beecham, 36 soft tacos.
Wow.
I could beat it.
So,
I'm interested.
So
I
it's a
like-
Nice play by Hunter Corres.
Yeah,
whose
nice fly.
Mom, Andrea Corres, is watching. Shout out, Andrea.
official game day sponsor, Top Velocity. We'll have Brent Porcio and Dr. Pat McNeil in the booth later on to tell us about Top Velocity and some of the cool things they're doing over there, expanding. But with that, let's thank Avala, our official scoreboard sponsor, with a commercial from them, and we'll be right back after a word from Avala.
2-4.
At Avala Imaging, let us reduce the stress of healthcare. Relax. Cutting-edge technology meets first-class service. You have a choice. Tell your doctor you choose Avala Imaging.
This is a walk-on athlete. They push harder and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
In and out urgent care. Serving our community with rapid COVID testing, flu shots, DOT CDL physicals, treatment for allergies, rashes, cuts, cough, and cold, and state-of-the-art on-site x-ray. Visit any of our 4 locations 7 days a week or bring the mobile care van to your business and test up to 300 people daily. Schedule your appointment online at inandouturgentcare.com.
And we're back live at the Heat. WPBN number 11, Cade Anderson at the plate. First pitch swinging. Fly ball to left field.
Kind of some slice on it.
Funky read on it by the left fielder. But that's out number 1 for the Wolves here. First pitch, first out.
Talk a little bit about the lineup. So we have Anderson in the leadoff. Steve Spalita behind the plate and swinging a good bat right now. Matthew in the 3. Hunter Corres playing third base in the 4. We got DH Spencer Slayton came up with that big hit last night in the 7th. He's hitting for Matt Cody. And then we have Trent on the mound in the 6.
First pitch
Cooper
strike to
in left
Spalita.
field in the 7th spot. Cade Lanou at second base in the 8. And then we have Aiden Barrios in the 9 hole playing right field.
Pitching for the Griffins, number 16, Nathan Monso. 1-1 count, or 0-2 count to Spalita here. 1 out in the bottom of the first. Chip, can you go in the scoreboard editor and wipe the count since we don't have the quick keys working? Fastball away. Good take by Spalita. 1-2. So
See what Steve can do here. Came up with a couple big hits with 2 strikes the past couple games. So
curveball hangs
Tough
it a
play.
little bit.
Tough play.
He can beat
Baseman
it out. He
bobbles it.
could
He's
beat it
gonna
out.
beat it.
He's going to beat it out. That's right.
Call that infield single. I don't know if he gets him on the flip either. You think?
see how they grade it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. That was visitor.
And this is exactly what we talked about. Here comes Reed Gallagher running for Spalita,
Yep.
which is a really huge thing for us because, Stevens on base percentage has been pretty high the last couple games, and so it's a tribute to Steven being able to get on base, and then you kill two birds with one stone, right? I mean, you save Steven's legs, for being behind the plate, and then you replace them with the fastest legs that you have on the field, in Reed Gallagher, which is exactly what we want.
Up to bat for the Wolves, number 23, Matthew Russo, first baseman. First big major league fly ball.
My goodness, that's way up there.
About 7.5, 8 seconds in the air.
Yeah. Like a Thomas Morstead punt.
Straighten that out. Yeah. It's over by the cafeteria.
Yeah, goodness.
So
I'm sad to see him leave the Saints.
Oh, beyond sad.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Thomas Morstead. Yeah.
2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. That brings up Hunter Correz, third baseman.
I'd love to see if Reed can go ahead and take this spot.
Come on,
right? Oh, there you go. There we go.
There we go.
He might get the third. He might go 3 right there.
No, he's holding up.
Yep.
So ball gets by the first baseman.
How healthy that hamstring is.
Reed's.
That could be another, yeah. So still fast as lightning, but he's not 100%.
Well, and the other thing too is you got Hunter who's swinging the bat well.
Right.
Reed's already in scoring position at second base. Do we try to make the third out at third unless we know it's guaranteed? I would say probably not. Good call on Todd right there. Kind of holding him up.
Yeah, running on second, 2 outs here with Carras with a 0-0 count.
Nice lead at second.
Shortstop holding him. Kind of bouncing back, put your steps off.
Hunter was taking some really nice hacks yesterday. I think he just pulled his head off a little bit.
Fastball up for ball 1.
Good look.
I got to say some really nice things about Hunter today because Mrs. Corres.
Yeah, tough crowd, man.
Tough crowd out there.
Well, everybody's hunting you down. I'm going out that gate every time. You don't notice that?
I'm really not even sure what I said.
Yeah.
So Gallagher with about a 7-step lead, good secondary.
Yeah, it's not another nice look right there.
Fastball away.
Looking one pitch, one spot.
Yeah.
2-0 count right here. Don't miss it. I see him put one in the trees right there.
That'd be nice. Left field lounge. Shout out to left field lounge out there.
He went for it.
Yeah, he did. So he does not hold back.
He doesn't get cheated.
He's swinging. He doesn't care what count it is.
I love it. I love it.
Yep.
Look, swing hard in case you hit it. That's what I tell my kids.
I saw Carter drop the bomb the other day over at CRD. Another big cut from Carras.
Bam, bam. Yeah. No form, just raw power. Just run right into it.
I mean, it was his first one at Harbor Field in that term. Y'all do it over the bat gauges at level. Like,
He swings.
He can shorten it up here.
2-2 count to Carras. Pitch from Monso, drop third strike, and throw over to first base, and that's going to be the third out to end the first inning. So I want to thank Top Velocity, our official game day sponsor. Dr. Pat McNeil and Brent Porcio will be in the booth here in just a little bit. We also want to thank In and Out. David and the gang over there, thanking In and Out Urgent Care, 4 locations, Madisonville, Covington, South Shore, and Uptown.
Metairie and
Uptown. So thank you to those guys, and we'll be right back with a word from our sponsor.
Yeah.
In and Out Urgent Care. Serving our community with rapid COVID testing, flu shots, DOT CDL physicals, treatment for allergies, rashes, cuts, cough, and cold, and state-of-the-art on-site x-ray. Visit any of our 4 locations 7 days a week or bring the mobile care van to your business and test up to 300 people daily. Schedule your appointment online at inandouturgentcare.com. In and Out Urgent Care and Occupational Medicine. Feel better, faster.
Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a 3-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint surgery, why would you go anywhere else? You have a choice. Choose Avala.
And we're back. Are we back?
Yeah.
And we're back live at the Heap, WPBN, St. Paul's versus Dutchtown, number 8. The catcher, Caleb Ikes, to bat. Trent Kyame on the mound, number 6 for the Wolves. Got their
Nice spot.
Dr. Pat McNeil and Brent Porcy over here from Top Velocity. They'll be here in the top of 3rd.
Okay.
They're going to come out on the next change-out.
Okay.
So we'll hear it from those guys, our official game day sponsor, Top Velocity.
Ooh.
Foul ball from Ikes makes it 1-1.
He let it eat right there. Big cut.
Top Velocity just opened a new location in Boca Raton.
Listen, they got it figured out.
Yep. I think it's their 5th. One in Mexico. Fastball away from Kyame to Ikes. That's going to make it 2-2.
I want to send a shout out to Randy Montgomery, who's going to be our PA announcer tomorrow.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Reverend Rand. Another Rev.
Rende.
Oh, my God.
Rende. He's watching with his son, Reed.
I think he got his acceptance letter.
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Reed will be coming here.
Nice. Big cut from Ikes.
It's all right. We got a guy there with
Kate
a glove.
Anderson.
We got a guy.
And he can
Backpedals,
cover
makes
a
it look easy.
lot of
A
ground.
lot of ground.
Yeah.
That is the fastest 7.060 you'll see. I'm serious.
he's gotta be
and
fast.
look,
He's faster
Eric,
than
if you're
7.0
watching
all
this
day.
and he's a 6'9", I apologize. I was just trying to make a point that he's a lot quicker.
Ain't Eric you got to watch
Yeah.
for. Karina
Yeah,
going to come up
Karina.
here in about 5 minutes. What are you saying?
Yeah.
He's 7'0".
Yeah.
He's 6'9".
Yeah. Did a nice job on that.
Making it look easy.
Yeah,
on
he's
the
just so
hip,
composed.
catching it on the hip.
Yeah, he's got that
Smooth.
swag, man.
Would you say he wants to be a right fielder for the Yankees? First
That's what
pitch
Eric
from
said once
Kyame.
before. I'm shocked.
Yeah, fastball down the middle. I've got Nick Gisclair, the DH.
Oh,
up to
nice
bat.
looking kid here, man.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
He looks
Good
solid.
baseball.
Well put together right there.
Yeah. He can do some
I bet
damage.
you he hunts fastballs.
I bet you he hunts too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doubt it.
So the Griffins, we were talking about them earlier. Big baseball school. I think they opened in '99. I think they won the state championship the next year.
Yeah.
So, from construction to the hardware. So,
Yeah.
fastball up from Kyame on the 0-2 count to Gisclair. Makes it 1-2.
It's the largest school in the state of Louisiana.
Yeah.
So they had that split, and they're doing another school, right, Mike?
Yep.
So
Yep. That's the rumor.
Yeah.
I know there's Dutchtown, Santa Maria, East Ascension. Supposed to be another one. I know Ascension Parish.
Yeah.
Is busting at the seams.
Yeah.
And another fastball low from Kyame makes it 2-2 on Gisclair. But a lot of that's just a baseball.
No, it's
hotbed.
a really good set. I mean, last year we played Santa Ma twice. We had 2 separate tournaments.
Carras makes the play over the bag. The umpire calls foul ball. Russo comes up the line, tagging the runner, but they say it's
A
foul.
little risky reach right there.
Yeah.
Never want to catch a knee into the middle of the forearm.
This is good baseball. It's basically what I was getting at with you.
Yep.
So we play them every year. I hope we continue to play a lot of the Baton Rouge Parish schools because it's really good talent and kids that they're networking in their summer ball and things like that. So it's just good to come out here and play ball against some good talent.
Yep.
Little update right here. We had the basketball team. St. Paul's basketball team is up 11-9 at the end of the first. For all you guys who want to know and keep up to date.
Quarterfinal playoff game.
Quarterfinal playoffs, yeah.
And big cut from Gisclair. And
There we go.
ground ball to
Nice
shortstop.
play by Cody.
There we go, Rook.
Cody makes
Nice play.
Yep.
Makes it look easy. And
Somebody different every day, guys.
Yep.
Somebody different.
That was good in the watching Kyame's post-game interview with the walk-off grand slam. If you're just joining us last night, we had a walk-off grand slam to beat Destrehan in the 7th inning. 2 outs, and Trent Kyame, the guy on the mound for the Wolves right now, was the one that hit it. First home run since Cooperstown as a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
And but you're talking about with him in the post-game interview, different guy every day and the mentality of that and his team and all that stuff. And it's pretty special to hear him talk about that. So base hit.
Yeah, I think the first thing you look at
Peyton
in that
Cooper.
is, if we have parents out there that are watching this game thinking about St. Paul's, I mean, that's a junior at St. Paul's composed about everybody but himself, going up there and doing a nice job just speaking in a moment.
Sure.
Right? So that's the first thing I said.
And we also had, junior quarterback Grant Bilson up here for Student Spotlight. Same deal, having Matthew and Connor and Nadishin in the booth for golf.
Right.
All those guys from freshmen and up, they handle themselves well. So 2 out, fly ball to Barrios in right field. So Miami ends the top half of the second inning, and we're still scoreless here at the Heap, and we'll be right back with a word from our official game day sponsor, Top Velocity, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Brent Porcio, the CEO of Top Velocity. We're here at our headquarters in Louisiana, and we like to show you these scientific methods we've developed that have a biomechanics foundation to building elite baseball players. So here we go. Our programs at Top Velocity are built on core scientific principles to develop elite baseball players. We must first evaluate the athlete so we can identify how well they can implement these core scientific principles. We evaluate biomechanics and their athleticism, like mobility, speed, strength, power, to identify where they have restrictions or deficiencies in their abilities. The Top Velocity programs use a strength and conditioning model, which is Olympic-based, a drill-based throwing program using proprietary throwing drills, along with mobility training, nutritional training, and everything to support developing the elite athletes. The Top Velocity methodology has given us the ability to produce more 90-plus testimonials of guys that added at least 5 miles an hour and broke into the 90s than any other program in the world.
And we're back here live at the Heap. Spencer Slayton up to bat. Fastball low for ball one from Monso.
He's been coming up in some big spots.
Yep.
Right?
Big kid, strong kid.
Totally.
So. And you jinxed him there.
Yes, I did.
So talk about big, strong.
But big spots turn into big spots in the DH role for him there. A couple doubles.
Yep.
Been doing it. So let's see what he can do in a game. See what we can do.
So to follow up, Spencer bringing up the pitcher, walk-off grand slam, Trent Kiami.
Yeah. What do you think? He's going to get like a free appetizer over there at walk-on?
I figured he would get food for a year or something. I mean, that kid shot a commercial last night.
I know, right?
I mean,
we should play that on replay all day long.
I mean,
it's like one of those Disney World commercials.
Yes, they
I need
are.
to send them the link. They should be. I forgot to send Jason the link, but go see Jason the gang over at Walk-Ons. I'm sure he's got it going. I think he's learned how to do it by now. But I actually use the.
Did you see some of the other parents there from other schools? They're like, "Are you only going to do St. Paul's games?" No, we're going to do when their opposing team comes here as well. We just have the technology, and this has been a first year for us, and it's been great.
Yeah.
So 2-0 fastball inside, called a strike. But we were talking about lunch today, and I was seeing if Chip and them want to go, and. I have that little video clip of Trent saying, "I'm going to walk."
Yeah, it's going to sweep through. Attaboy, Trent.
Single to
Stay
left,
hot, kid.
Trent.
Stay hot, kid. Somebody different every
We're going to have
day.
a pinch runner for the pitcher or what?
I don't know. He's a
looks like it.
He's a crafty one. Let's see what we have. We got somebody.
Is that Reed?
We can't be.
It can't be double up.
So I think it could be Hammer. Is that Hammer?
I don't know. I can't see the number.
No.
Number 10.
Number 10.
I sent y'all
you got the text? We got to find the lineup.
Because my phone is in there.
Up to bat for the Wolves, number 9, Cooper Winchester. First pitch to Winchester, fastball away.
Good luck.
Takes it for ball one.
Boudier.
Okay.
Boudier.
Yeah.
Yep. Monso goes over to first base.
See what Coop can do here, man.
Yep.
So he squared up a ball last night.
Yeah,
I thought
did.
it had a chance. I was
if there'd have been any wind, it would have.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid caught it on the wall, glove up. So
we got him from the other side.
1-0 count.
Let's see if that ball sneaks in. No.
Big cut from Winchester, fouls it off down the left field line. Winchester's playing left field today. Switch hits, also a pretty dang good catcher. So I mean, he can play anywhere. So
we got talent all over the place, man. You know, we got it coming from everywhere, and it's really great to see.
You better get the head out.
1-1 count to Winchester. Little slide step curveball.
Sorry,
make it
he just
1-2.
needs to see pitches.
Yeah.
Got to see pitches.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Game slowing down for him right now. It's like literally revisiting Matthew's freshman year. That's the favorite part about this. Yeah.
1-2, big cut by Winchester. Fastball up in his eyes. He fouls it all straight back. So catcher going to talk to the pitcher.
Is that the 247 stickers on the helmet?
That is
Yes,
the
it is.
247.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good time. So we've been referencing that, and so we wanted to give a little highlight to that. So 247 came from Matthew. Matthew and Connor Simon are like best friends, and so he said he wanted to do something when Connor got hurt, and so we thought about it, and you know the significance of everything they've been fighting for is to repeat what they did in 2019, which was that state championship.
Hard hit ball by Winchester. First baseman can't find it. He steps on the bag. Stayed back on that curveball and hit it hard, but right at number 24.
As I've said the last two games, they're going to make him earn his first hit. He's going to have to earn his first hit.
It's going to fall. Keep hitting it hard.
Yeah, but you know what? Regardless, you know, and not saying it for obvious reasons, but I would say this for anyone. If you're making solid contact, you know, that in the eyes of the overall long game, you know, that's really what you're shooting for. I mean, there's certain things in this game that you can control, and there's certain things you can't. You know, and I would say this to any hitter: if you're able to control your approach and square up a ball, that's the most that you're capable of doing. If it goes right to somebody, well, you know, it is what it is.
So runner on second, 2 outs. Second baseman up to bat, Cade Lanou.
See what Cade can do here, man.
Takes fastball 1 for a strike.
Okay. This kid's starting to get into his zone, right? So he's throwing 2 pitches for strikes right now with confidence, which is good to see. It's like another good arm, right? Not surprised. Coming out here to the heap. Big moment for this kid.
Fouled it off. Over the right.
See if we try to make something happen right here, right?
Yeah.
0-2 count to Lanou.
What's your deal here? Does it change as a catcher? Like if you got an antsy dude there, are you more hesitant to throw with 2 outs?
To third?
Yeah.
I'm never throwing to 2 outs. I mean, I'm not really throwing to third with 2 outs.
Strike 3 on Lanou. That's going to end
nothing
this
good happens.
Second inning.
Well, one thing good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen.
Sorry.
There you go.
At that point in time, did we go to commercial? No?
We haven't, but we need to.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that when we get back into the second inning. We got the official game day sponsor, Top Velocity. We got Dr. Pat McNeil and Brent Porcio.
They're coming up right now.
Coming on over up to the booth, and we'll have them in a second to tell us about Top Velocity. And thanks In and Out Urgent Care. We'll be right back with a commercial real quick.
Yep.
In and Out Urgent Care. Serving our community with rapid COVID testing, flu shots, DOT CDL physicals, treatment for allergies, rashes, cuts, cough, and cold, and state-of-the-art on-site x-ray. Visit any of our 4 locations 7 days a week or bring the mobile care van to your business and test up to 300 people daily. Schedule your appointment online at inandouturgentcare.com. In and Out Urgent Care and Occupational Medicine. Feel better, faster.
At Avala Imaging, let us reduce the stress of healthcare. Relax. Cutting-edge technology meets first-class service. You have a choice. Tell your doctor you choose Avala Imaging.
And we're back at the heap live, going to the top of the third. Scoreless game here, Dutchtown versus St. Paul's. Trent Kiami with the first pitch low for ball 1. Joined in the booth, our official game day sponsor, Top Velocity. Dr. Pat McNeil, Brent Porcio, 2 of the owners over at Top Velocity, and we're glad to have them. When we're on camera, guys, it'll be on that one. So just to give you all a heads up, foul ball down the third base line, number 32, Kieran Burrell. So thank you guys. Thanks for joining us in the booth here at St. Paul's. Appreciate y'all's sponsorship. I know you're a class of 95, Brent. Dr. Pat, I know you had a son that went here, graduated a few years back. Thank you to you guys, and we talk about Top Velocity every game, obviously, and kind of the stuff you are doing. But if you could, just kind of tell us a little bit after this ground ball to Lanu for the first out and top of third. Tell us a little bit about Top Velocity, what your goals are, and it's not just about throwing hard,
Exactly, and I'm not just here to talk about Top Velocity. I'll be happy to talk about St. Paul's being a graduate and having some great memories on this field, and some of the things that I even did to this field. I tore it apart. I actually dug it up. I dug the mound up years ago and redid it.
Yeah. Wow.
But Top Velocity, yeah. And kind of my path to Top Velocity is from St. Paul's and going into college with a torn rotator cuff, unfortunately.
So bunt for a base hit here by number 9, Ethan Mayo, to get a runner on first here with 1 out. So go ahead, Brent. Sorry about that.
No, I'm with you. Tore my rotator cuff right out of St. Paul's, so was the pitcher. Here we then I went to Delgado, and that's where I tore it. And my road to figuring out how to overcome a rotator cuff injury and actually get back to the game I love after doctors are telling me I'm wasting my time and I'll never do it.
Yep.
I developed this system, and I learned all this science.
Yep.
And I learned how to rebuild my career, and I got myself back. I played professional ball, indie ball, and played in Europe.
And strike 1 to Williams.
And then I started. I retired, and I took that system, and I started to train players with it. Started to perfect it, make it better, bring the science in it. Then I wound up working for major league teams with it. Then
runner goes. Spolita throwing it down, blocked up by the shortstop. Matt Cody. Sorry about that.
Yeah, and then it just took off, man. I kind of hit the beginning of the internet era with instructional content.
I've been seeing you since y'all were over by Kmart. And I think I told you that a few months ago, or I think I saw you in Quistapaces. I used to see your stuff. You were like the first guy that I was like, it was like a baseball social media, like just all over. I didn't know who you were, but it was on my feed every day.
Yeah. So, the internet has been very, very good to me, I guess I could say. That.
Shout out Sammy Sosa.
Yeah.
Very, very good to me.
Yeah, and so I've kind of been there. I've kind of been the second wave of baseball instruction online. The first wave would be like Tom House and Dick Mills, if anybody knows who those are. And so I've kind of been the second generation.
You got to throw Tommy Mansky in there at some point.
Throw him in there.
Tommy Mansky School of Baseball.
2-2 count to Ruben Williams, the center fielder for the Griffins. Also saw you strike out Jose Canseco on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I was doing a little digging, and I caught a video of you versus Jose Canseco.
I got to play with Jose that year I played indie ball, and Jose was, had been blackballed from Major League Ball. He had been kicked out, and he'd written the book Juiced, and he was being interviewed all the time, and he actually came into our league, and I played with him, and then we traded him, and I played against him and faced him 4 times, and he was my idol as a kid. It was really cool.
That was pretty neat. I saw that. I was digging for some stuff. So that's a walk right there to Ruben Williams. It's going to be runners on first and second with 1 out here in the top of the third. If you're just joining us, got Dr. Pat McNeil, Brent Porcio with Top Velocity, our official game day sponsor. So thank you to those guys. Kind of show you, I don't know if you've seen what we're doing. Chip, show them some of the overlays and the Top Velocity graphics and some of the stuff. They're our official strikeout sponsor also for the 2021 season. So what you see over there on his computer, what's on the right side is what people see on their TV. So every time we go strike out, we put your little logo up there.
I love it, man.
So we're one of the few schools in the country doing it like this. This is. There's some colleges that don't have the access. We got a center field camera on a scissor lift behind the wall.
Yep.
You can
that
see
I have to climb up every time we go out there.
We got camera here, press box. We're all over the place. So it's pretty cool. So WPBN.live is our website. If you're tuning in from Dutchtown and you've never followed us before, or if you're new for St. Paul. So
I'm going to put it on my feed as well. So it's WPBN.
It's WP space BN, actually.
WP space BN.
But at Wolfpack Broadcast Network
at
for Facebook and
Wolfpack
YouTube.
Broadcast Network if you guys want to watch it on my feed. So I'm going live on my feed right
Just
now.
as a sports ticker here, the St. Paul's basketball team is down by 1 at the half with to Curtis. The score is 17-16.
And that's a quarterfinal playoff game over, and they're playing right across the street from us.
I'd have more people on my feed, but it's Friday night. I wonder what they're all doing.
Yeah. So tell us about, I know you guys are global now. I think you have a facility in Mexico. You just opened Boca Raton. That's, from what I saw on Facebook, big cut down the left field line. That's going to end up being foul.
Long strike.
Hit it about 400 foot for a strike number 1. But from what I saw on social media, the Boca Raton facility looks amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that, it looks awesome. So tell us about where you're at, where you're located. I see you getting on G5 private jets. Tell us about that story. No, so for real, I'm on there one day. I'm like, man, how many people are doing top velocity? These guys are flying around the G5,
That wasn't our jet yet. But
No, we were lucky. The guy who put us in Boca, a billionaire, obviously, if he has a G5.
Yeah.
And he actually used to own the Marlins, and he bought the Bucky Dent complex in Boca.
But he showed up at a camp, and was just totally blown away. And midway through the first day, was like, "We got to bring this to Boca."
Well, didn't you say y'all did something with the son of the guy that owns the Mets or something?
Well, that was him.
That was him.
Well,
Yeah,
he was
same guy.
he had bid for the Mets, but he had been in the
That's what it was.
ownership of the Marlins with Jeter, and then he was with Cohen. He was going to buy the Mets. I think he lowballed them, and they came back and they didn't want. He offered $800 million.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
And they didn't want $800 million.
I offered $700. That's why I never got.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. He told me not many people get to see all the books of all the major league teams. You have to go through like 2 months of disclosures to actually see the books.
Oh yeah.
And he told me he saw the books.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not supposed to say the teams, but to be honest, on paper, not a lot of the teams show money.
Oh yeah, I believe that. So, ball in the dirt. Both runners read it right, so they advance over to second and third. Splita trying to keep it in front. So with one out here in the top of the third, 2-2 count over to who we got? Number 8, Caleb Ikes up to bat.
If it's one thing
Actually,
that I'd
number
like to
10,
ask you
Tanner
guys
Vadnais.
is, we talk about adding the scientific approach to pitching mechanics and whatnot, and
Good block by Splita
for years, there with the masses, and I've been a catching instructor for over 20 years. Having the body operate in an optimal fashion, increasing mobility. The term shoulder-hip separation is a huge term that's starting to come up more and more. And talk to us a little bit about how these types of concepts.
Ground ball at the middle of Cody. He fields it. He out at first base.
Close.
We got well, we don't need it, Chip. We can do replays too. So
Talk to us a little bit about how sometimes these concepts tend to get overlooked, about how important they are when it comes down to being able to optimize the throwing mechanics and so on and so forth. A lot of people take a lot of private instruction. They go out there, they learn certain mechanics. But being able to optimize your body and being able to have it move the way that it's supposed to, that is one of the things that will just amplify the mechanics. Talk to us a little bit about that concept about shoulder-hip separation and how it applies to throwing.
Yeah, it's an important concept. It came about through the previous generation, kind of the pioneers of instruction, like Tom House, I think even Paul Nyman. And it basically defines the relationship between the hips and the shoulders, obviously, and the timing and the counter movement of them. The more we counter the trunk rotation against the hip rotation, the more energy we accelerate up the kinetic chain. And the kinetic chain is the body.
Yep.
Ball hitting the gap.
That's going to fall
score
in.
Another one. Number 24, Will DeLon, rounding first, going to get an easy stand-up double. The big first baseman gaps one in the right center field for the second run of the game for the Griffins. So that's going to make it 2-0 Dutchtown. A lot of baseball left here at the Heap. So if you're just
this is looking very reminiscent of last night.
I was almost. I didn't want to jinx it, but I felt that way. I don't know if y'all saw it. We had a walk-off grand slam.
I heard about it.
Yeah,
I heard about it.
Awesome. So,
Well, and I say that because Destrehan was coming out with the same amount of intensity as we're hearing from the Dutchtown Dutchtown guys right now.
So we got a mound visit. River Rock Stoneworks, our official mound visit pitching chain sponsor of the Wolfpack Broadcast Network.
Shout out Alan Bodwin if you're listening.
Thank you to those guys. So, not to interrupt you, Brent,
Sorry.
but talking about mobility and all that
shoulder
stuff.
hip separation and the foundings of it. Yep.
Yeah, so it's an important concept because it creates this counter movement. And like the whip effect, it's when you really can accelerate energy fast to high levels. And so any throwing, even hitting, takes advantage of it, and the better players do it better. So it really is that moment in your career when you get better at it, the timing of your hip to shoulder, and that's when you really start to advance in this game. Because at the end of the day, what separates this game from the lower levels to the higher levels is the speed of the game. The game starts to move faster, and then obviously what's moving faster is the ball's moving faster, the players are moving faster than the ball, and it comes from these biomechanical movements like hip to shoulder separation, which creates that advancement into the higher levels.
Talk a little bit about, and I'll let Mike, if you got to jump in right there.
This. I know we got Jason and Jordan Oberly out there watching at Dutchtown. You know, Jason, you'll eat this stuff up at top velocity.
He loves the science.
Oh, yeah. So I know you've been working on some stuff over there in the Baton Rouge area, but go see Brent Porcio and Dr. Pat McNeil. Caden's been going for a few months. I can definitely see a difference in him, as a young guy, and check it out. So
we're actually doing a movie. Well, I'm not doing the movie, but one of the guys I worked with the first Major League pitcher to break his arm pitching and make it back to the bigs, and he broke his upper arm, humerus, in half, and it was grotesque, and he had to have 2 plates, 16 screws. Aaron Barrett with the Nationals, he's still with the Nationals, and we're doing a movie on him. I'm not. A famous producer friend of mine is doing a movie, and we actually filmed a lot of it at Boca.
Who's going to play Dr. Pat?
He's not in there.
I see a Joe Pesci or
Joe Pesci. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I never thought of that. You should have got you in on that.
Episcopal. I'm more like a Joe Episcopal.
Yeah. He's bad cop. He just plays bad cop.
That's it. I get a lot of Tom Hanks once in a while too. So
I could see that.
A few years ago, I was trying to grow my hair out, and I told him I was trying to go like Bradley Cooper, and my wife's like, there was no, maybe right. Ron Howard shaved it back, but not Bradley.
At least
Cooper.
you tried.
I tried, man. I tried.
It's the thought that counts with
if
your
Bradley
wife,
Cooper
right?
was 240 and had a 40-inch waist, maybe.
Hey, she loves you for it.
Yeah. So
but we're finishing this movie, and the coolest thing is I got to play the science guy, and I get to play the Bill Nye science guy in the movie, and it's really exciting because it's an insane story.
And that's a top velocity strikeout.
There you go, on cue.
Not to interrupt you. So third out in the top of the third inning, Dutchtown 2, St. Paul 0, top velocity strikeout, our official game day sponsor. And we'll go to a commercial break, and you can play one of those top velocity commercials. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Brent Porcio, the CEO of Top Velocity. We're here at our headquarters in Louisiana, and we like to show you these scientific methods we've developed that have a biomechanics foundation to building elite baseball players. So here we go. Our programs at Top Velocity are built on core scientific principles to develop elite baseball players. We must first evaluate the athlete so we can identify how well they can implement these core scientific principles. We evaluate biomechanics and their athleticism, like mobility, speed, strength, power, to identify where they have restrictions or deficiencies in their abilities. The Top Velocity programs use a strength and conditioning model, which is Olympic-based, a drill-based throwing program using proprietary throwing drills, along with mobility training, nutritional training, and everything to support developing the elite athletes. The Top Velocity methodology has given us the ability to produce more 90-plus testimonials of guys that added at least 5 miles an hour and broke into the 90s than any other program in the world.
And we're back live here. Big cut from number 15, Aiden Barrios, leading off the bottom of the third inning. St. Paul's down 2-0 to the Dutchtown Griffins. That scoreboard's not right out there, right? It should be 2.
I think it's 2-0.
Yeah, it is 2-0. So
one looks better though.
Yeah, out there. But so if you're also just joining us, our official game day sponsor, Top Velocity, we have Brent Porcio, Dr. Pat McNeil in the booth right now from Top Velocity, kind of telling us a little bit about it. Tell us how you keep up with the guys in the weight room, how you track their gains, and you have guys, from freshmen in high school all the way up to minor league ball players, pro ball players even, a ton of guys in there. How do you track their stuff? I know you're traveling all over the country, and how do you keep track of that kind of stuff to help them out if they need help?
Yeah, tracking's important because at the end of the day, they could just get a private coach. They come to us because we give them a plan, we give them a system, and we give them an evaluation process. So they have all that at hand. Our goal, because it's grown so big, is to make them the coach.
Yep.
Because it's all laid out. It's like an online class at this point. And so in the hey, he's moving my screen. in the app,
ground ball at third base.
Nice scoop by the first baseman.
Yep. So that's out number 1 in the bottom of the third. Sorry about that.
Yeah, but in the so we use an app to deliver the content. We use.
But I know it has your workout for the day. I know when Caden goes, my son, I say, are you having a throwing day? Are you doing this? What are you doing? Because we're trying to cross it up with what's going on at baseball practice and not double up on certain things and get hurt or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, once the players go through the evaluation process and the training, they're taught how to use and manage the program.
Yep.
So each morning they wake up, they have their workout, their mobility, their drills, their lifting, their speed and agility, and even if they have bullpens scheduled for their throw routine.
Yep.
So it's a way of them every month putting in their metric and their achievements to the app will actually become specified to their training for the next cycle.
Yep.
We do it in eight-week cycles, so they're always going towards a goal and setting a new record for themselves.
Strike 1 to Cade Anderson, number 11, the center fielder, LSU commit, sophomore here at St. Paul's. He got a 2-1 count. So I also know, you're not just about pitching and throwing. I know you'll have infielder camps and some hitting stuff. I mean, tell us a little bit about the diversity, a youth program, what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, well, at the end of the day, we've actually franchised the model. So we have what we call the Top Velocity Performance Centers, and they're all over the country. And the point is we can develop a player in any skill in baseball, and that's our goal. Obviously, we're more known for pitching, and we're more known for throwing.
Anderson gets jammed, second baseman backtracking into shallow right for the fly ball for out number 2 here.
I felt a little raindrop.
Yeah, well,
it's been sprinkling on us a little bit.
Yeah,
knock on wood.
Yeah.
The programs it's about developing the athleticism. So I mean, my son, he was one of our, 12 years ago was one of the first as far as the player development, and he just used all the same techniques and modified drills for hitting, and that's what he specialized. He wanted to focus on the hitting, whereas the pitchers and the catchers, it's a training program that'll accommodate any baseball skill, softball skill.
Well, that's why even with Caden, I tell him, look, you might never get on the mound, but this isn't going to hurt you if you're 6'5", 270, and you can do this stuff as an offensive lineman and in football and everything. So
at the end of the day,
core workouts, all that stuff, it's all going to come together on other sports.
Well, Caden's a big kid, and he's not the average kid. He'll truly benefit from learning to be a better mover from it, learning the biomechanics. But, a lot of the young kids come and they don't have Caden's size, and it's really getting them to understand that there's athletic development here that's really important to baseball. That
fastball to Spalita, ground ball to second base for the third out. Now I can tell you this: he went to where I noticed I can physically see a difference. His shape and everything, and he's growing a little bit too, and he's kind of thinned out from it. But he was doing a batting lesson with Matt Gage. Jeff,
Matt Haig.
Matt Haig. I'm sorry.
Matt Haig.
Over with the Knights, and Matt had him doing a drill. Now Caden right now is 6'3", 235. So, and he's always had balance issues. He had him on a balance ball to where he was batting to where he would come up and hold it on the back leg, stick a leg all the way out, come back, and then and then go swing. And when I watched him do it, I was like, and it was 60, 75 days in the y'all's program. And that right there, he could not even come close to doing that before he did.
Yeah, well, that's what's important. I'm not we can get into the specifics how to do this and program this. I'm not so much in trying to put functional physical development into skill development.
Yep.
So I kind of like to separate those. If you look at our programming, we have a full strength conditioning approach that is ultimately doing a lot of that functional development. And then aside of that, we then do the skill development. So things like that. I mean, I love those debates. Debating like sports specific training, debating, how sports specific should you get in a skill?
Oh yeah.
And where is it time for strength development and where is it a time for skill development? And that's what we do. We have obviously a methodology that's very different from everyone else, and we've had a lot of success with it. But I love hearing all the different methodologies because it creates people that really, it gets the young kids, if they're willing to get into those debates, that they really want to learn and get better. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, why this program is spreading so quickly across the country. In fact, we have Korea, we have Japan, we have Netherlands, we have other countries that are starting this training programs. And the tough part is that the coaches can't coach if the player's not athletic enough.
Yep.
And to showcase.
And I think that's one of the biggest problems with youth development right now is that there are so many players, and let's just take it one step further. There's so many parents that are putting the cart in front of the horse when it boils down to – go ahead, Mike.
First pitch ball to Just Claire, number 3 for the Griffins.
So many parents are putting the cart in front of the horse when it comes down to trying to get to the end result. And what I mean end result is like let's understand the specific skill set of catching, hitting, whatever, yet they're not athletic enough to get to that point. They just they go straight to the end result. They want to get that specific movement down, but you can't, I deal with catchers all the time, right? They want me to help them reduce their pop time by 0.2 of a second, yet they can't squat properly.
Strike 2.
You know what I mean? And so it's more along the lines of you don't need me to help you try to work on catching. You need to learn how to have more hip mobility. You need your ankle mobility to work with you when it comes down to throwing down to second base. So the overall athletic development, I think, is the one thing that people are overlooking, and it's the crux.
Yep.
It's the crux of how you get to that point. It's the ship that's going to take you to the promised land.
And that's another top velocity strikeout. So got Brent Porcio and Dr. Pat McNeil in the booth. Top of the 4th inning. Dutchtown up 2-0 here at Heatfield versus St. Paul's, and we got number 21 Peyton Cooper up to bat. So yeah, you said meat and potatoes.
Well, the thing is if you have the athleticism, skill development doesn't take long. It takes like a month to the most.
Sure.
Think about it. If you got some freak athlete, how long does it take you to teach him how to catch? It doesn't take that long.
As long as he's not a box of rocks upstairs, we might be able to work with something.
Exactly right. Yeah. He's got to be able to read the field.
Yeah.
I'll never forget, I was 18 years old. I went to a tryout for the Philadelphia Phillies. I was senior in high school. I was at Walker High School, and I'll never forget, we're sitting there, and it was a guy named Roy Cochran who ended up playing in the big leagues, pitched for LSU and Gulf Coast.
Another ground ball by Cain.
A couple other guys that we were in high school with that played together, and the scout coming out and talking to these people, and it stuck in my head. He goes, I can tell you this: if you can throw above 90 today and you can run a sub 60, we'll sign you. We don't care if you can hit. We can teach you how to hit and we can teach you how to catch.
That's right.
And I'm looking at people like, well, I can't do either. I can hit them in the trees, but I can't,
Well, we were having today we had an 8th grade parent talking with us in the office.
Carras getting the third out at third base to end the top of the 4th inning. Go ahead, Dr. Sorry.
Trying to decide whether he should be playing showcase ball this summer or what he can do, because shows up in his 8th grade team and he's realizing, hey, there's a lot better athletes on the field. And our advice is mostly he's got to train to be an athlete.
Yep.
And as far as it's not going to come from going to different showcase programs, it's your best bet is spending the next year developing and then having something to showcase.
Yep. Right.
Too often, going and playing on these nice fields with these big teams and all this competition, if they're not developing as an athlete, they're going to be waking up as a junior in a program going, everybody's catching up to me.
Yep. No, I agree.
Yeah, I always related to if you had a product and you had a business and you wanted to get it to a trade show so everybody could see it, right? You wouldn't be heading to the trade show halfway through developing the product.
Right.
You know, you'd want to get a really good product before you win the trade show. And I don't understand how parents and players miss that. They're rushing them to the trade show.
Because the working out's not fun.
Well, I will.
Cage bombs for $60 an hour with a guy that used to play is a lot funner than dropping them off and letting them work out with you, and they don't get to watch it.
I will splinter off that conversation and lead to another conversation, mainly because I think it's the recruiting industry that is forcing players to try to get to a peak position prematurely, right?
I mean, signed at 14.
Oh yeah, exactly. You know, when you've got recruiters. Go ahead.
23 Matthew Russo, first baseman for the Wolves, Southern Miss commit senior, up to bat. So let's see what Matt can do.
You know, I mean, getting back to the science too. There's exact metrics that correlate to a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, and that's one of the things that Brent's been great at.
That's what I try to
defining.
explain to people when they ask me about top velocity. I said, look, here's the deal. There's a list of, I know how many things there are. It looks like about 35 things. If you can do these things, or 95% of them, you physically are able to throw 90 miles an hour. If you can't, you look at somebody like Bartolo Colon or something. He could probably do all that stuff. He didn't look like it, but he probably can, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard stories about him at his biggest self. He could do a backflip.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see him in a lot of his
Santa
videos.
Claus.
Yeah. And he can do splits. It's like David Wells.
Oh, yeah.
I got to meet David Wells a couple of years, so did Pat, at ABCA. And I went up to David immediately, and I was like, hey, I heard you could 360 dunk.
Yeah.
And I said, no, I 360. I don't know if it was 360. That was CC Sabathia. I heard CC Sabathia gets 360 dunk, but I said, David Wells, I heard you could dunk at your heaviest.
Yeah.
And he's like 50-something at the time. And he's like, man, I could dunk right now. But he's like, I'd probably pull my hamstring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even these guys that we saw, like CC Sabathia and other one, that are big, I've heard stories that they're just monster athletes.
Oh, that's going to be a double.
There's that
Keep going. Keep going, Big Daddy.
That Oppo double, Russo said never happens.
Yep.
So shout out to his daddy up there, Jeff Russo, earlier talking about the left field double.
Speaking about big athletes, that's a big boy.
He's a big kid. So he's a Southern Miss commit. He's a senior. He's going there next year.
Yeah, he's a horse.
Played for Ben Sheets.
He played for Ben.
Yeah. So him and Connor Simon, our shortstop who got injured a few games back, they've been playing together since they were kids, both for Ben Sheets. So,
yeah, I grew up playing with Ben. We were friends back in the day.
Yep. So you were talking about, though, people like David Wells being able to dunk and Bartolo Colon being able to do a backflip and CC Sabathia.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys, Sabathia is, 6'7", 320 or something, something crazy.
Yep.
But, people say baseball players aren't athletes because, if you can drink a beer and smoke a cigarette and go throw 7 innings.
You can't be an athlete then, right?
Yeah.
What it probably means is you're such a good athlete.
Yeah, that's what I tell them.
That those things aren't going to slow you down.
Yeah. You can But, yeah, those guys are freak athletes.
They're freaks.
Yeah.
And the players don't get it. And then when you get to the high level, I was lucky enough to play at a good indie ball level. And
the Puma.
Russo moving over
getting
the third,
there.
throwing it into left field almost. No, blocked up by the third baseman. So Russo moves over on a dirt ball, 1-1 count.
Love to see him advance to third with nobody out.
Nobody
right there.
out. Yep. So I'm sorry, Brent. Go ahead.
Yeah, and you're
talking about playing minor league and some of the guys you're playing.
Well, yeah. So when you start playing high up, like I remember even in indie ball, the guys on my team were all Americans at USC, at Arkansas, at Oregon State, at Oregon. I'm playing with these guys, and we go out and play basketball. And I'm thinking, I'm going to get in there and show them my stuff, and they're all studs. And I'm like, oh, my God.
Because they played everything.
And then we go play golf, and I'm like, oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's a reason why they're like the top 1% of all athletes.
Yeah. So that's going to bring up Spencer Slayton, the DH, coming up with one out with Matthew Russo on third base. St. Paul's down 2-0 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. We got Brent Porcio, Dr. Pat McNeil with Top Velocity and our official game day sponsor, talking a little bit about the program, what they do there, strength development. We're just kind of BSing about big fat pitchers that can do amazing things with their body.
Well, to jump in, one of the trainers that changed my life was Kurt Hester. I don't know if you guys remember Kurt. He used to be here at the Pelican Athletic Club, and he was there at LSU during the Gorilla Ball years. I mean, to be honest, he was Gail Hatch's protege, and Gail Hatch basically taught him the Olympic approach, the bigger, stronger, faster approach, and then it became Gorilla Ball. And Kurt really has a lot to do with Gorilla Ball at LSU. And now, did you see the article the other day?
Oh, it's coming back.
They're saying Gorilla Ball is coming back.
Yep. So foul ball territory by Slayton, caught by the first baseman for out number 2 here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, they lead home runs.
Gorilla Ball is back. So,
well, which is it's never went away. It's just people didn't learn from what Skip Bertman and like Kurt did at LSU is they proved bigger, stronger, faster plays at this game.
I was Connor Simon was standing on the stairs right here to the indoor hitting facility behind us pregame, and I was talking to him about that the players this year for LSU physically look different.
Yeah.
Cruz, Arnold, some of those new guys, you can see the traps. See, I told you I need you up here for the muscle names.
Right.
You can see the traps. They're chiseled different. They're not, you're tall, skinny, everybody's a shortstop. They're built, strong, fast kids.
It's about time. I mean, I even saw Ryan Terry, who's a friend of mine. I saw him talk about how this is one of the better teams he's seen, which a couple years back, Ryan Terrio was tearing them up.
Yep.
So it's good to see the change.
Right at
hard
him. Doggone
right
it.
to the shortstop by Trent Kaimi, still barreling up the ball. So that's going to be 3 outs. St. Paul's leaves 1 runner on base, and we're going to take a quick commercial break here from Avala, our official scoreboard sponsor, and we'll be right back with the Top Velocity guys in just a second.
At Avala Imaging, let us reduce the stress of healthcare. Relax. Cutting-edge technology meets first-class service. You have a choice. Tell your doctor you choose Avala Imaging.
This is a walk-on athlete. They push harder and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
In and out urgent care. Serving our community with rapid COVID testing, flu shots, DOT CDL physicals, treatment for allergies, rashes, cuts, cough, and cold, and state-of-the-art on-site x-ray. Visit any of our 4 locations 7 days a week or bring the mobile care van to your business and test up to 300 people daily. Schedule your appointment online at inandourgentcare.com. In-N-Out Urgent Care and Occupational Medicine. Feel better, faster.
And we're back live at the Heap. Dr. Pat McNeil, Brent Porcio from Top Velocity, our official game day sponsor today. Dutchtown up 2-0 here going to the top of the 5th inning. St. Paul's down 2-0. Still got Trent Kaimi on the mound. So big cut by number 32, Akiran Burrell. So big win last night for the Wolves, down 4-1 the whole game. Bottom of 7th, 4-2. Trent Kaimi hits a walk-off grand slam, his first home run since he was 12 at Cooperstown.
Wow!
So it's a big gap to hit a
walk-off home runs is life-changing.
Look, we made a commercial for walk-ons pretty much last night. I don't know if you saw that compressed video. I'll send it to you. But post-game interview with Trent and the coach, and walk-ons is our home run sponsor. And,
that's awesome.
And it was awesome. So it was a blast. And it was one of those games where we were getting beat the whole game. We had a lefty picking our guys off with a slow move. That was a balk move, really. But he was getting away with it, and we just couldn't get anything going. And it just happened, Right. Cade Anderson coming in, making a diving catch.
Impressive.
Called him out. Cade Anderson, center fielder, LSU commit, sophomore.
Snow-coned it.
Cade's pitching tomorrow?
I believe.
I think that's the rumor. We don't know lineups and rosters, but if you hadn't seen Cade Anderson pitch, he's at 30 strikeouts.
Yeah, he's doing you guys a favor.
You're getting your money's worth.
You're getting your money's worth with him. He's got 30 strikeouts in a week.
In about 8 innings.
All right, well, I guess I should take him to dinner.
You should come watch this kid. He's special. He's a sophomore.
Yeah.
At least he gets a hat.
Yeah, lefty. Big cut, about 400 feet but about 400 feet foul.
What?
Well, I'm going to reverse the clock. St. Paul's has come a long way because I'll go back to my years.
You didn't have
here.
a center field wall when
no,
you were here.
We didn't have lights.
We had
His dad was telling us about when they put the lights in.
My dad put the lights in with the athletic club, and then it was chain linked.
Single up the middle for number 9 for Dutchtown, Ethan Mayo.
So it was chain linked, no press box.
Wow.
No cover.
Yeah.
The dugouts were chain link.
Look, I came and played here when I was at Zachary in 97.
I was 95.
And I remember coming here, and my buddy hit for the cycle, and his home run was to dead center field.
Oh my God.
There was like a tractor or something parked on the corner of 11th and Adams, and I mean, it just rolled for days.
Well, that was another field back there.
Oh yeah, so, it was another backstop. There was a fence, but it was like a old backstop or something weird.
There were times where JV would play here, and 8th grade would play a game.
Oh wow, that's how far away it was.
At the same time.
So Eric Tomplayer, if you're out there watching, which I doubt you are, but he hit for the cycle here, and his home run was dead center field.
Well, you know the legend of Will Clark. Y'all heard that legend, right? Oh, come on. You got to know the legend of Will Clark.
Hit
so
the
cafeteria.
Yeah.
Will supposedly put one on the cafeteria.
I have heard that. Yeah, I have heard that.
And you got Jamie Mall down there who was probably at that game.
Look, Russo's hit a few balls, and a kid from Catholic last year hit a home run in the first game of the season that I know the kid from Catholic's landed on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
I'm talking when he hit it, you lost it in the darkness. Yeah, it was Zambo.
Yeah, Mason Zambo.
ULL's commit, is that right, or he's at ULL?
I think he's a ULL.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a ULL commit.
Yep. So, but man, I mean, he hit it so high and deep that it disappeared. You know.
Well, the reason I had to redo the mound, and I begged Coach Maul in my senior year to do it, is because the mound the grass came up and the mound went down.
He's going to be here tomorrow.
I tried to get him today.
I think he's supposed to come in tomorrow.
Oh, good for him.
That's what I heard. So
he's the man.
Stolen base by Mayo. That's a Florida League title, stolen base. Thank you to Florida League title.
Shout out Jeff Lestershire.
Yep. So thank you to those guys.
So I asked Coach, I was like, Coach, can I dig the mound up? And he let me, and I dug it up, and he came out and almost had a heart attack. I mean, I dug it up.
I mean, did you know how to put it back?
No. I was like, I'm going to figure this out, though. Believe me, it couldn't look any worse than what I started.
Well, now they've got it down to a science. Farizo was out there the other day with some sort of angling, like bar or whatever. Yeah, it was pretty impressive.
I used the old school L finger to line it up.
Oh, yeah?
And then I actually added 3 inches to it, regulation. I said they'll never know.
No.
Number 40, Ruben Williams up to bat for the Griffins here in the top of the 5th inning. Dutchtown up 2-0 if you're just joining us. Thank you to Top Velocity, our official game day sponsor. Top Velocity. Got Dr. Pat McNeil, Brent Porcio in the booth. So tell us your role. Was that you, Chip?
That was a nice sound effect.
But tell us about your role in Top Velocity. You know,
Brent and I met.
You wear many hats, so.
It was, it's like 13 years ago now when we first met, and we kind of teamed up. Brent was picked to coach a team.
Yep.
He had just started his facility, and we kind of hit it off the first day, and we took a group of average kids. We trained them, and we got 5th in Louisiana in travel ball, and it just progressed into guerrilla baseball, and I've been in and
guerrilla
out.
baseball, yeah.
And
they were by the Kmart.
Yeah, we had the academy. We developed teams, and then Top Velocity was growing so big that Brent moved into the current location, and I kind of went back to doing my consulting. And
ground ball foul.
About 2 years ago, Brent goes, "Hey, I need you to come back." So, been back, and we just have taken it to another level. I mean,
cool.
I run a lot of the nutrition and health of the players when they're in town. I mean, I'm chiropractor by training and work with them and help them.
And you guys have I know with Caden going up there, he's telling me some of the kids he's met, you know, obviously from all over the country, but y'all have rent houses, kids from all over the world. I mean, I think there was a kid from Cuba in there when Caden was working out. Dominic, I mean, he's met kids from all over the world, literally.
Yep.
Will move, pick up,
and
runner gets back safe. So
yeah, at any one time, I mean, we have houses. We have 4 player houses. The players come in from around the world and stay and train. COVID's been a great opportunity for a lot of them. Some of them came for a camp in September and stayed for 6 months to get ready for the year.
Oh, nice.
And I know it's interesting. Every time I pick Caden up, I ask him, who'd you work out with, who you talk to, where were they from, and it's always somewhere different. It is, and he's telling me sometimes, he's like, I did some stuff with this kid. He didn't really speak English, so we just kind of, and I think that's cool that they kind of have to figure it out. You got a 15-year-old in from Cuba, backhand from Russo. It's just neat. That's a good experience. I mean, so
and
it's exciting.
They're all baseball kids too, so it's kind of funny. We're all baseball guys, so I mean, it's a commonality that we hit it off. We have that rapport right away, and these kids are all following the same program, so they help each other. And
it's something special. And tell them where you are located. I mean, if I told them it would be past the Waffle House, take the second right.
You'd be right.
In the woods.
Yeah,
we're in the woods in Covington.
Give them the address.
17588 Hard Hat Drive.
All right.
And it's right here in Covington.
And if anything's Hard Hat Drive, it's out in the, you're not going to find it.
It's industrial.
Industrial area.
So. Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest facility we could find back then.
So it's a nice place. And tell us all your locations. So Boca Raton just opened. What else you got?
We've got, right now the ones that are rolling is we've got Seattle. We've got San Dimas, California, which is right in L.A. And we've got Idaho.
Yep.
We've got New York, Long Island's coming on. We've got so many that are coming
on.
Dallas, Fort Worth, Beaumont, Texas, Boca Raton, Florida.
We're doing clinics in Mexico.
Yep. Okay.
We're planning for Latin America.
Now, who's the guy you referenced? Some guy, and I don't even know if it was him in the picture. A single.
There we
Kate
go. Right out.
Makes the catch for the third out. And we got trucks revving up out.
Left field lounge starting to get loud in the last half of the game.
But y'all were at Boca Raton, and you referenced some guy, Big Cat or Big Willie or something. I don't remember what his
Showtime
name.
Is it?
Showtime, that's what it was. and there's just a guy over your left shoulder. It looks like he's 6'8", 250 pounds.
That was Alfredo Simone.
Alfredo Simone.
Okay.
Yeah.
He looked like a
big pasta. That's big pasta.
Brett, I'll tell a good story on that. I mean, he's in there training, getting ready for his spring, and Brett worked with him for about a half an hour. He's like, just an amazing athlete, so he responded so quick. But after that, I heard him on the phone talking to a GM of a Major League Baseball. He goes, I'm going to be at 100 again. Yeah. He's 39 years old, thinking like, all right, now I can get back up to 100. So that was a pretty special moment, and
that's awesome.
Seeing the athleticism.
Big pasta.
Big pasta.
He played 10 years in the bigs.
Yeah.
He's 39. And the guy's
trying to get back.
No, he's still got it.
So what? Yeah, I mean, you hear, even like Manny Ramirez. You see him popping up in like a Korean league or something. Yeah. He's 52 or whatever. These guys, they never really hang it up. Whether they go play, some of them.
Well, the truth is that a lot of them, while they do love the game, it's all they have.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't know what to do with themselves
exactly.
if they weren't playing.
Yeah.
And it's a great life. It's a great lifestyle. I mean, at that level, you hear the stories. I wasn't a major leaguer, but you hear the stories. I mean, the lifestyle is pretty wild. It's everything's a movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I can believe it.
Brent did get an opportunity to pitch over in Europe.
Wow. So number 9, Cooper Winchester, takes ball 1, freshman left fielder for the Wolves over in Europe. We're at Netherlands.
I played in the Netherlands and I played in Belgium.
They got some good baseball up there here.
Great. I mean, the Netherlands are some of the best.
Big cut by Winchester for strike 1. That's going to be a 1-1 count. I saw, what did I see? I don't remember. It was on MLB Network or something like that. They were talking about expansion outside of the U.S., and that was.
Yeah, they're trying to get into England, I think, kind of like football.
Yep. Kind of a blooper over to third base. Good play by the third baseman coming over, making it look easy. So Winchester grounds out to the left side for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th.
We had an exciting story last year. We had a UNO kid who came to us, Eric Orzi, who had cancer.
Yep.
Yeah, he had 2 different types of cancer, which is rare. And, he walked in just like any other one and was ready to get back to baseball, and he had about another year left because of all the the work he had gone through to fight the cancer. Yep. And he just, to me, he looked sickly still.
Strike 1 to Lanou.
I just wanted him to get healthy, and it turned out to be one of the best stories 2 years later about last year in the MLB draft. We got him back to
hit to right field by Lanou, right to the right fielder.
We got him back to like 88, 90 where he was, and he went in and pitched that year and pitched 4 games and was lights out, and then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And kid comes in, he's all depressed. I just beat cancer.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. COVID hits.
Yeah.
And I said, Eric, I was like, I want you to stay in here. Let's get to 95, and let's get drafted out of top velocity. And that's all we did.
Yeah.
We trained this kid. He got to 96. He put on like 15, 20 pounds. We started showing all of his pitches. His splitty went from like 80 miles an hour to 84 miles an hour, moving like 20 inches.
Wow.
And all of a sudden, right before the draft, he's on every team's draft board, and he gets drafted in the 5th round by the Mets. And it was like storybook.
Curveball in for a strike there to Aiden Barrios, number 15, right fielder for the Wolves. And talking about measuring the drop on that split finger and measuring velocity. Y'all have a lot of equipment inside all the top velocity. Tell us some of the stuff y'all can measure, RPMs, anything like that. Like some of the stuff. I know you got the slow motion cameras. I've seen you working with different types of
motion
software,
sensors, yeah.
motion sensors. So tell us about the technologies, the some of the advancements that you guys have that are special to y'all and what y'all can do.
Technology's big right now in sports, and people are collecting a lot of data. The real challenge is knowing what to do with it. And also, too, is in the cost of that technology.
Strike 2 to Barrios, making it a full count here.
We try to keep things on a lower end because of all of our facilities. I mean, we want to empower them with knowledge of what to do, what they see, so that you can grab a camera from a phone and still break down a pitcher and not need a –
Oh, nice play by the second baseman, keeping it in front.
It's going to end. Go ahead, Dr. Pat. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no. And not need a $50,000 piece of equipment.
Yep.
Because most people of all this technology, the problem is that they can assess maybe there's something wrong, but how do you fix it?
Yep.
And that's one of the things that Brent's brilliant at.
Yep. So if you're just joining us here live in the St. Tammany Oster WPBN streaming booth, we got Dr. Pat McNeil, Brent Porcio, guys from Top Velocity, our official game day sponsor. So thank you to them and their official strikeout sponsor for the complete season for 2021 for the Wolfpack baseball here at St. Paul's. Brent is a alumni, class of 95. Dr. Pat had a son that graduated from St. Paul's in 2017. They're telling us a little bit about what Top Velocity has to offer, the programs they have, all the special stuff they're working on, all the stuff the guys are working with. We also learned that Dr. Pat's going to be played by Joe Pesci in the movie coming up.
No, the movie, I've seen the edits on the movie. It's really, really cool. It's going to be an amazing story about Aaron Barrett and his career to overcome be the first major league pitcher ever to break his arm and make it back.
It's
you
really
got several special stories like that, though.
It's amazing.
And that one's turning into the romantic nature of baseball. I mean, we're looking at the Field of Dreams, and that's what's coming out of this because they're following a story that's so compelling of a guy that's just got great talent, had a catastrophic injury, and is fighting back from that.
Are y'all? We got red beans and rice coming on up.
All right, bring it on. I am good.
I don't need one.
Bring it on in.
I'm gonna just set them right here. Tell us. Thank you, Kerry.
Thank y'all.
What are y'all doing? Locally, is there any new developments, any growth coming locally in the Covington area for the youth model, high school model, anything like that? I know y'all have a lot of plans.
We were talking about that today.
Yeah.
And
you don't have to let the cat out of the bag if you're not ready. I mean,
no, we're ready. I mean,
okay.
it's just we've got so much on our plate internationally and around the country with the franchise. But the whole commitment is to empowering coaches. We wanted to give the coaches the info, team up with them. We basically are the textbook that the coaches can follow, and being able to be connected to Top V, they get the inside scoop, they get the ongoing programming, and we can write up things to be able to work. We can write up a program to work with any organization, and this fits within any academy. So that's why we're teaming up with so many different academies, because most players, they leave at 12 and they're on the field, they're playing travel ball, and they don't need it besides going to take some cuts. This is something that the graduation from the 12 to the 13 to the high school model is something that expands the businesses, but also more importantly provides a service to the players.
Deep fly ball in the right center field gap. Barrios tracking it down. We got a new pitcher for the St. Paul's on the mound, number 16, Io. So he's coming in to pitch here, going to the top of the 6th, down 2-0 to Dutchtown.
What makes us unique is we have that system of training. We have an evaluation progression to get to an elite level. We've defined the elite level through evidence, through studies. So we have the whole process, and we have it in an application we've developed. We've worked to develop drills and training devices. We teach coaches and these players how to use affordable technology to measure and evaluate that process. So what we're doing with baseball is we're taking all the great little things we've seen that's come out, science, technology, training tools, and we've applied it into an application that produces results. And we have hundreds and hundreds of players that have come in on the pitching side and have added at least 5 miles an hour and broke 90. And we give them these really cool banners and we highlight them.
It shows in your commercials. So.
We just had a guy on Instagram come in at 75 and in a month or 2 months.
6 weeks.
Big cut from Ike's number 8 catcher for the Griffins. That's another top velocity strikeout. So came in at 75. This is a plug. Top velocity strikeout, 75.
Kid from New York or New Jersey. And
comes in at 75, 78, gets to 87. And we post just the 87. Already got 1.3 million views.
Yeah, so y'all have a huge following on social media.
And the beautiful part, I mean, like you talk about local market and such. I mean, we're here. We don't have a lot of locals just for whatever reason it is.
Yeah.
But we do have the facility. So as soon as a player comes in, then they have access to the facility to come and train because they have their own program. We just provide the ability.
From AO, that's going to be a 1-1 count on number 3, Nick Gisclair, the DH. We got trucks revving up in the left field lounge. Top of the 6th inning. Dutchtown up 2-0 over St. Paul's. Dirt ball from AO, making it 2-1. Got the top velocity guys, Dr. Pat McNeil, Brent Porcio in here from Top Velocity. I got Russo on deck. He's trying to mix things up and get a headset. I know what he's thinking here.
Yeah.
A what? Oh, Shear's here? Okay. Yep. He's at Pearl River Community College. Yep, sure. So, cool. Well, tell him to come on up if he wants to between innings. We'll give him a headset. So, I figured you were coming up here to mix it up with the Juju.
Well, I'm sure
he came up here in the 7th.
He's looking to do that too.
Mix it up. We hit a walk-off grand slam, so it's kind of his thing now.
Yeah.
So if he takes your headset, Dr. Pat, it's because he's trying to mix
it's
it
all,
up.
all
That's
is.
right.
Yep.
All
so
is.
Another
There you go,
top
no
velocity strikeout from AO. Top velocity getting the ROI pretty quick here.
Yeah.
I mean, we were probably 5 innings into the first game we streamed, and y'all got your money's worth. So.
I'm ready to re-up. Let's do this again.
So let's go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back here at Heat Field.
Hi, I'm Brent Porcio, the CEO of Top Velocity. We're here at our headquarters in Louisiana, and we like to show you these scientific methods we've developed that have a biomechanics foundation to building elite baseball players. So here we go. Our programs at Top Velocity are built on core scientific principles to develop elite baseball players. We must first evaluate the athlete so we can identify how well they can implement these core scientific principles. We evaluate biomechanics and their athleticism, like mobility, speed, strength, power, to identify where they have restrictions or deficiencies in their abilities. The Top Velocity programs
Spalita up to bat with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Anderson flew out to right field for the first out. Ball 1 in the dirt to Spalita. Texas A&M commit. Big cut from Spalita, deep right center field. DeLon gets back, makes the catch for out number 2 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. bringing up number 23, Matthew Russo. Let's see what Big Puma can do here. First baseman for St. Paul's, number 23. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Big cut from Russo, hard hit ball. Shortstop bobbles it, gets through his glove, and Russo's going to get on there with an E6. So getting on base with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Bringing up number 22, Hunter Carras. Got Mike Arnold, Brent Porcio with top velocity. Jeff Russo's back in the booth.
It's time.
Mixing
It's time,
it is
right?
definitely time.
It's time.
And then we got Jacob Shearer, freshman at Pearl River Community College.
Freshman? Sophomore?
Sophomore.
Where are we at? Sophomore.
Well, COVID freshman.
COVID freshman.
Yeah, COVID freshman, pitcher at Pearl River Community College.
Spring back memories?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
What do you so left field?
We lost our
You notice, right? I mean,
It's
the
packing.
tradition continues.
It is, man.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been there since forever, honestly.
Yeah.
Catcher got crossed up on that one, going to talk out there to Mayu, who's our starting pitcher going the distance.
It feels different. I look at it now. It's almost like a whole different team's playing.
Yeah.
And you
Foul
look at
ball straight
some of the
back
guys
from
you just
Carras.
played with, and it's kind of fun seeing, like Matthew and Connor. They were young when I was here. And,
Right.
They're now leading the team
pack
right now. Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, it's crazy.
Jacob,
because
we got a camera right there if you want to know where
yeah,
we're looking.
I got
So.
you.
Yeah, so we talk about it, and I've talked about it in the in some of the interviews, man. And when Matthew and Connor were in 8th grade, and you guys were sophomores, you were probably one of the first sophomore drivers, right?
Yeah.
And you got my kid where he needed to be, And the crazy thing about this is that legacy continues now.
Yeah.
And when I'm coming back from bringing Connor to school, see this pitch.
Jeff, text Winchester and tell him it's back on.
All right, I don't have my phone because it's on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But we talk about it because now I'm coming back from bringing little Connor to school, and you see Anderson in line at Chick-fil-A with Winchester. Like the legacy continues.
Yeah.
Like they get the kids to school.
Yeah.
So Carras gets on with a walk-on's walk there.
Yeah.
So that's going to be first and second.
What was
bringing up Spencer Slayton?
What was the biggest jump for you? Like what was when you made the transition over there, what was the biggest thing from a game perspective that increased speed?
From high school to college?
Yeah.
Definitely speed. Like
just the speed of the game?
Yeah, it's so much. It's so fast paced. Obviously, the talent is better all around.
Right.
And it's kind of you look at your high school team and you got these leaders and you got these guys that take control of the game.
Right.
When you go to college, it's like every high school's
everybody's a dude. Everybody's a dude, right?
Every high school piece coming together, so you got just a bunch of guys just wanting to compete.
Foul ball from Slayton's going to get over here. Great play by the first baseman. Yeah, I'll never forget my first day at Delgado when I walked up.
Yeah.
And I, walking in and I saw the baseball players in the first meeting, I was like, I know that guy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Lord.
Yeah,
it's kind of
crazy.
So, yeah. But if you're just joining us, going to the top of the 7th, Jacob Shearer, Pearl River Community College pitcher, big-time arm. Glad to have you in the booth, man. Tell us about St. Paul's. Who was your favorite teacher? Who was your you can say whatever you want.
Was it not Michelle? Is that fair?
It was not, no.
Because she'll watch the rebroadcast.
It's fair. I'm not a big math guy. I mean, honestly, I think my favorite teacher was Coach Barwick.
Okay.
Yeah. What subject?
It was religion, but it's going to kind of sound bad, but it wasn't the teaching of religion that helped. So he just gave great life advice, and I loved it. I loved just sitting in the class. Yeah. It's one of those classes you can't even fall asleep in. Like, it's always wanted to go.
Tell us about your experience at St. Paul's. You know, I mean, everybody, all the students we talk to, and current students, past students, all that stuff. You know, they talk about the brotherhood and the relationships they formed and stuff like that.
Can I give a quick basketball score before he gives his response there? So we got 54-46 St. Paul's right now at the end of. Oh, that's over. That's
final.
A wrap.
That's a
wrap, kids.
It's a final.
Yeah.
So 54, St. Paul's
46, they win. They win.
So moving on to the semifinals.
Something tells me Chuck Schneider got hot, right? Lighting up the threes.
They got to face St. Aug, I think, next is the rumor. So, so tell us about St. Paul's.
I think 8th grade year, you come in and you're just a scared little kid. Honestly, I was always kind of bigger, but you got here and there's just everyone is just so much older, bigger, and you just kind of like lost. And I think going, everyone is, so coming together as like friends and all that, you just make friends for life and you're all together. And I like how it's just all boys and it's kind of not a lot of kids, so you get to know everyone in your class and you're all friends. And it was kind of cool coming here to play baseball because a lot of the kids that I played with growing up also came to St. Paul's and played, so it was nothing new. And I remember my 8th grade team was like almost like one of the travel teams I played with. It was fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that was the thing. So when we were choosing, right? So we had heard about this group. Yeah. We had heard about this group of 11 kids that kind of formed together like a travel team that had really good chemistry. And if you put a couple of pieces together, and then Matthew and Connor came here, and that's they started something now. And the crazy thing about it was, so it was 11 to 2, I'm not saying 2, but I'm saying like, you got Hunter, you got the whole crew there, but it was like, and then now you got the 11 again. Yeah. You have all these kids that are trying to figure it out. That legacy's really left.
So full count here with no outs in the top of the 7th to the batter, number 21, Peyton Cooper. Ao leaves that off-speed pitch a little high. That's a walk-on's walk.
Look back, and
we're
this
the cardiac kids, man.
It's a stressful little game here, but
it's every game right now.
I've had my fair share of
but
those.
Think about
here.
it when we lost. Like, imagine if we would have lost Connor back then. Like the role that he played then. Now look at it now, and we're just trying to figure it out right now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's somebody different every night.
Oh.
It's still early in the season. I mean, things are going to get pieced up.
There's so many what-if scenarios that kids are applying to their game right now that people, on TV might not see, right? So it's not normal for St. Paul's to have 3 hits after 6. We're not used to that. Like we were banging.
Well, in
right?
retrospect, I mean, we haven't put the bat on the ball. We haven't found any holes.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's been some hard hit balls tonight that have just been atom bombs, right? They're going right to people.
Yeah.
But it's just that's part of the game, honestly. I mean, you can square some balls up and not get the result you're looking for.
Right.
It's more the frustrating part of this game.
I think the frustrating part's the leaving the base runners on. I mean, with the 1 inning and Russo hit a double lead off and
when you can't
strike out, fly out.
Yeah, when you can't score the runner from third less than with no outs.
Yeah,
that's
you just got to do jobs. I think that's what made our group pretty special was that I think we always knew we had a job to do. And, I mean, we weren't hitting, 30 bombs a year or nothing like that. But we just put the ball in play, ran bases, did our job.
And I think that's what they're trying to do right now is find what their role is, right? So you got a lot of people going, okay, what's my role? And it's a different lineup every night. And I think that's what Mick's doing.
Yeah.
Is he's trying to, in the early season, he's seeing every game is close. We're in every game. We're battle tested, and then they're finding ways.
You got to see what combinations work and in what situations. It's not a balk because he delivered the pitch. Funky delivery, but not a balk. and good for Ao for continuing to throw that pitch.
You remember little Ao?
Yes.
Now he's in this spot.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I remember. It's funny. Winchester kid. out there.
That's his kid, by the way.
He's out there.
Look, you can be as critical as you want.
No.
That's fine.
You say whatever you want.
I'm his worst critic.
I was his.
You were the freshman.
I was his counselor for all the little.
He's an aggravating son of a gun, wasn't he?
I was his counselor for all the little camps that he came to, and I'm over here and I'm looking, and he's playing right now. It's crazy. Like, I feel so
the
ancient.
Winchester kid.
The Winchester kid.
I honestly forgot his first name.
Cooper.
Yeah.
Freshman.
Yeah,
No
that's
respect,
crazy.
right? You know what I mean?
There's a lot of other names that we call him in the house, but we'll leave it at that.
But
Legal name Cooper. When he
pitch.
doesn't take care of what he needs to take care of, he's something else.
They got their job done there.
Nice bunt.
Yeah, that was a good bunt. I mean, that's just playing the game too. That's situational hitting, and I mean, that's if I can say that's where we've been lacking a little bit is situational hitting.
Right.
I mean, obviously we got the grand slam last night. That kind of absolves all sins.
Yes.
Yeah. But overall, I think if it's one thing that we really need to kind of start paying attention to is being able to move runners over and execute a lot better. Play the game inside the game.
And
that's a huge break. Huge break.
Let's see what Mick does here. You know, do we go in on the corners? Move the.
I think you go in on the corners.
I think
leave back.
Yeah, I think you got to play double play depth though. I mean, look, you're already down 2, right? I mean, one pitch can get you out of a very big inning.
Give you some momentum into next.
If nothing else, you keep that runner at second base with a medium size secondary lead. You know, now that he's got Trent in front of him,
not a bad spot.
He can get overly aggressive, and now a flare to the outfield winds up scoring an extra run. You know, I guess it's just a different philosophy.
It's a high risk, high reward kind of
it is very much so situation. High risk, high reward.
Need to make sure you hit all your spots in this situation. There you go.
Yep. Go to school there, Steve. See what he does.
Yeah, he's chasing a high fastball right there, swung through it.
Went strong pull side with his runner, his upper half. Looking to pull a ball right here.
If it's one thing that one of my former pitching coaches, Bob McClure, really made it known.
There it is.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Stay outside, right? Nice job by
go
Steven
away.
right there. Seeing that pull side, and then continue to see how much more can I get? How much more can I get?
There's a bunch of ways to try to throw off the hitter. You go back and forth, you go up and down, then you go in and out. And right there we did a good job of changing his.
What's your favorite pitch?
Oh man, it changed honestly from high school to college. Favorite pitch in high school was definitely my slider.
That's
huge, guys.
That's big.
That's great. Great job across the board.
Top velocity strikeout.
Yeah. Top velocity strikeout right there.
Strikeout. There you go.
So, favorite pitch. I know it's changed. Sorry for cutting you off.
You good?
Yeah.
High school was definitely the slider.
Yeah.
I felt
it was nasty, right?
It's always just fun to throw around.
Yeah.
And then when you got to I had a splitter in high school. I just didn't throw it as much as I do in college. And I'm telling you, I fell in love with that pitch.
Yeah.
Learning how to throw it the right way, when to throw it. It's fun. Mess around. And
it's a good go-to in high school.
It is.
We've had it's crazy because you go back to like Father Time. There's videos from Matthew's 8th grade year when in the fall y'all went with Catalano. So if he's on right now, shout out to Chad right there.
Yep.
Right? And there was you guys, and there was a battle. It was like a 15-pitch battle.
Yeah,
in the cold. Do you remember it?
I do.
Still have the video.
And
then there was the one at the Knights too when y'all went.
And Coach Chad, if you're listening, you definitely
he missed that pitch.
He missed the
pitch.
Remember the pitch? He missed the pitch.
Yeah, because even Kyle.
Matthew watched the fastball down the middle, and Coach Chad just thought it'd be fun to keep the at-bat alive and call the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the memories, man. That's what you take.
Always competing when you're that young. It's going to be interesting to see.
If you think about it, this is what you built. Like, think about that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? First state championship in 20 years, man.
There it is.
Just missed it.
I think the biggest thing here is you got to definitely throw strikes.
Yeah.
Cannot give any free bases up.
Let's see if we can force a miss hit right here.
He's probably going to be swinging.
2-1 count
you know
in this situation.
That back toe right now is like tweaking.
Jacob, what you going to? What you going to right here?
You got to go fastball away.
Fastball away? Look like it.
It's a good pitch.
All right.
It's a big pitch for him. You know what I mean? Like trying to control
at this point in time, now it's like, okay, this is my best pitch. This is my best pitch.
Yep, go right at it.
You do your thing against me, and let's see who wins right here.
Yep.
I mean, there's no.
This pitch right here, everyone in the field needs to expect this ball and make a play.
Great point, Jacob. Great point. No, it really is. Never really thought about it that way. So that's a really good point.
That's what we have to say a lot in college. You just got to expect the ball.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's so fast paced that any given time a ball can just be rocketed right at you.
Vadnais was trying to put that one over the left field lines right there.
He'd have probably thrown it back though. I got a feeling there. Throw it back time.
We got 3-2, 2 outs.
Yeah.
Here it
I
is.
think the scoreboard is off a little bit.
There it is. Kind of just dipped down last second.
Next up for Dutchtown, number 24, Will DeLong.
I remember also going to Chad's place one time with Connor, and we went and picked up little Steven Spalita. And it was funny. I mean, like, I remember every single day. That
You wish you remembered it more then, right? Like embrace the moment then, you know what I mean?
I just remember all these little kids right now.
Yeah.
Could not drive. I had to go pick them up, you know.
We got a guy there. No flies up.
Yep. We got another one of those kids, right?
Yep,
Cade Anderson. We'll see him probably on the mound tomorrow against Sonoma.
Sonoma.
All right, brother.
All right, Pat. Good to see you guys. Thank you all for coming up.
Good to see you, brother. Yeah.
Thank you for the support. All right, well,
we got us a game.
Familiar
we got
situation,
us a game,
right
guys.
Maybe we need to stand in the same spots.
I saw the video.
All right, so we were down. We were down. And I was like
3-0. We're down
I was
by
up
3.
there, right? I was in the concessions. I was like, I need to get back up there. I hadn't been up here, and we had that comeback, man. So let's see what we can do.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go to a commercial break right here, and we'll let's pay some bills, and we'll be back.
Yeah,
after a word
I'm gonna
of our
go,
sponsor.
Mike. I want you on with him. Ask him questions.
In and out urgent care. Serving our community with rapid COVID testing, flu shots, DOT CDL physicals, treatment for allergies, rashes, cuts, cough, and cold, and state-of-the-art on-site x-ray. Visit any of our 4 locations 7 days a week or bring the mobile care van to your business and test up to 300 people daily. Schedule your appointment online at inandouturgentcare.com. In and Out Urgent Care and Occupational Medicine. Feel better, faster.
Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a 3-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint surgery, why would you go anywhere else?
And we're back here at the Heap, bottom of the 7th inning. Trent Kiami, last night's Grand Slam walk-off hero. So I went and got walk-ons after the game.
Did you?
I did. I got the Krispy Kreme bread pudding for the first time.
Oh, and how did you love it?
I still got half in the fridge that I'm eating tonight.
Nice.
I showed a little discipline and said I need to spread this out.
Yeah, you need to just make it last.
And it was like at 11:30 when I ate it, after I ate the chicken tenders and whatever else.
Good piece.
Kiami hit a ball hard out there to Reuben Williams.
Another barreled ball that just went right to him.
Well, it's the cold air. It's the, those BB Core bats don't like it when you start getting in the 50s and 40s, you know.
They've just been unlucky. They've been lining out to all the outfielders, hitting the ball hard on the ground.
Up to bat, number 9, Cooper Winchester, left fielder for St. Paul's. Coop's due, so off his foot for strike 1. So I always ask the guys this, what's, when you were at practice or whatever, we talked about Will Clark hitting one off the cafeteria.
Yep.
I saw, was it Zumbo or?
Zambo.
Mason hit one
Zambo.
across the road last year at Cali.
Yeah.
What's the farthest ball you've ever seen out of the Heap?
Practice or game?
It doesn't matter. Both.
I got his.
Everybody says some of the balls Owen Naddison.
Yeah, I was going to say Owen
shots.
Naddison can. If there's a top 10, Owen Addison's got about 7 in there. If you can put one over that dead center tooth right there, it's a far one. But Hunter Romero hit one over left field, over those trees, into that little dumpster.
Oh, yeah?
Little junkyard right there.
Off.
There you go.
Winchester kind of.
That's the third game in a row.
0-2.
He's been down 2 strikes and he gets hit by a pitch. Take it.
So that's a walk-on's walk or hit by pitch there. Cooper Winchester getting on base, kind of doing a little neef.
Yeah. Hey, look, we need a base runner.
Yep. Anyway on.
It doesn't matter, man. However you get there.
Hey.
Especially with 0-2 as a freshman going.
2 strike hit by pitch, man. That's a gift.
So Lanu up to bat now for St. Paul's. Winchester on first. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th here, live on the St. Tammany Oyster streaming deck at Heat Field. Want to thank Avala, our official scoreboard sponsor. Also want to thank the Catchers Clinic, official game day last night. Knights Nation, thank you to Jack Crescent and the Knights. We talked about them a few times tonight. So a lot of Knights players, especially on Dutchtown. You know, there are Knights teams over all across the country now.
Yeah, they are
not just Mandeville, Covington. They're big presence.
Their geographic footprint is like a big footprint.
Yep, everywhere.
So 1-1 count to Lanu. Winchester with about a 3-step lead over at first. Mayo looks over. Slide step to the plate, curveball. Lanu stays back, but kind of pops up over in foul territory for out number 2. That's going to bring up number 15, Aiden Barrios, right fielder for the Wolves.
Batting next for the Wolves, number 15, Aiden Barrios.
All right, down to our last out right here. Let's see what we can do. Try to string something together.
Now how old I feel is I played with Aiden's older brother.
Austin?
And it was crazy.
What are you, 20?
I'm 20 years old, yes, sir. He was a senior. I think I was in 8th grade.
Fastball strike.
They look just alike. It's crazy.
Aiden swung the bat well last weekend in Mobile. He squared some balls up, drove them to center field. Hopefully we can find one today.
Good take by Barrios. Umpire calls it a strike. Not sure about that. Looked like some type of all-speed or breaking ball. I guess found the outside corner. Either he's got a dinner date for
getting late in the game.
Chip South says it's low.
Got a battle right here.
Another breaking ball. Hard hit, base hit. Winchester getting a second and rounding second. Held up there. So
okay, here we go.
2 outs, bringing up Cade Anderson, our leadoff.
It's a nice piece by Aiden.
Yep. So maybe we'll see some more magic here.
Let's do it.
Cade Anderson, LSU commit, sophomore, number 11. Up to bat, men on first and second. Got a River Rock mound. Well, not really a mound, but kind of a timeout.
We'll call
give
it
it to him anyway.
Yep.
Somebody visited it.
Yeah, mound visit, yeah. Shout out to Alan Bodwin and those boys over at River Rock.
Yep. Remind everybody you do have leather countertops, Jeff.
That's right. We'll call them leather.
We'll call them leather.
It's unique.
So Winchester, kind of a short lead on second. Good secondary. Anderson watch strike 1.
I think the biggest thing here is don't do too much and just get on.
Oh, yeah. Just keep it going.
After a walk-off grand slam, I feel like some people try and be the hero the next day. But I think Kay's going to do a good job here. And just there it is.
There it is. Getting a gap. Get down.
Right
dang, right at him.
Right at him, and that's going to end the game. St. Paul's goes down 3-0 to Dutchtown.
Once again, another barreled baseball. Just
right at him.
Right at him.
I mean, we probably had 6 or 7 line drives right at the outfielders.
Yeah.
Couldn't get him to drop.
So.
Hey, hats off to Mayo for going the distance there. Complete game shutout. Giving up four hits, and he pitched well. He kept them off balance, and look, it's a good baseball game. Like I said, you want to have an opportunity to either tie the game or go ahead in the last at bat. And right then and there, we had the tie and run at the plate. Cade squared a ball up. Just went right to him. That's part of it. We got to come back, and we got an early one tomorrow.
Yep.
I say early, 12:30.
Yep.
Kind of early. But, hey, you know what? They competed, and as long as you have a chance to win it in the last inning, you're in a good position. I mean, you don't want to be on the wrong side of a lopsided loss right there, but you did what you needed to do to put yourself in a position to win, and you can't be too upset about that.
Let's take a quick commercial break and run some Avala commercials, and we'll come back and start the post-game show, and we'll run for about 10 minutes, break down the game, what we saw, what we're looking forward to tomorrow versus Santa Maula, 12:30 matchup. So we'll be right back with a word from Avala.
At Avala Imaging, let us reduce the stress of healthcare. Relax. Cutting-edge technology meets first-class service. You have a choice. Tell your doctor you choose Avala Imaging.
Are you missing out on life because of knee or hip pain? At Avala, we personalize your hip or knee replacement. A CT scan is used to create a three-dimensional model of your joint. For your custom joint surgery, why would you go anywhere else? You have a choice. Choose Avala.
At Avala Imaging, let us reduce the stress of healthcare. Relax. Cutting-edge technology meets first-class service. You have a choice. Tell your doctor you choose Avala Imaging.
2 game or something like that.
And we're back live, St. Tammany, Ochsner, post-game show. Dutchtown gets the win, 3-0 over St. Paul's. Tough loss, but can't win them all. And we were hitting the ball hard, just right at people. So
I think if it was one thing that we can walk away from tonight, and just have a little discussion about, is situational hitting, situational awareness. I mean, I know we're only in a situation where we had four hits to show for. We had a couple hard line drives out into the outfield. Unfortunately for us, it just wasn't at the right time.
Right.
We left Matthew at third. Whenever you got a runner at third base and no outs, we got to do everything we can to try to put a ball in play and making sure that we're scoring that run. I want to say the infield was back, too. It's not like they were playing in. And sometimes you almost got to think about more so playing the game inside the game.
Right.
And part of that is being able to read the defense and take what they give you. And as much as we want to see, balls flying over the fence and whatnot, there are times where if you got a guy on the mound who's really doing a great job of keeping you off balance, take the little things.
Right.
A ground ball up the middle to the shortstop, plate that run over at third base, and then chip away. You just gradually chip away. And I think, if I'm being objective, I think that's one of the things that we need to kind of consider a little bit more.
So hats off to Nathan.
Nice job.
Nathan Monso, pitcher, went the distance.
Yeah.
Didn't strike out a lot of people, but got a lot of ground balls, a lot of pop-ups, timely line drives right at people.
He lived life in the plus count tonight.
Yep.
He threw 2 pitches with command for strikes. And, like you guys said, I think that what we're learning, it's the captain obvious of this, but where we are most dangerous is when we put a couple of hits together.
Sure.
Right? So if you think about last night, it started with Slayton, then it followed up with Anderson, then Spalita, then Matthew gets hit. The contagious side of it. If you think about when we were on the opposite side of the loss last week, 9-8 game, it was consecutive hits that got us back in there.
Sure.
And that's something you didn't see tonight, right?
Yep.
So it was piecemeal 4, right, where we still had chances.
Yeah.
We still had spots. Like, you're absolutely right. Matthew at third base with less than 2 outs, we got to get that run in. And it's things that we're learning, man. I think that this is unfortunate, right? But it's another character builder right now for the team. So,
anytime you can walk away from a situation learning something about an adversity that you face and apply it the next day, then the situation that you faced the day before, it was not a bad thing.
Right.
You know, it's a learning experience in disguise, and the only hope that we can have is that we just take what we went through and learn from it and try to apply it the next time out.
So you'll probably see some more bunts in the future, right? In certain spots where we might have, had some swing and misses through. Right, so moving runners over, getting runners in, it might adjust, potentially. I don't know, but because if you think about it, when y'all did the coaches show, what did both of the coaches say? You know what? We're gonna attack fastballs and we're gonna run the bases. We just need to get runners on base to then match that philosophy. You know what I'm saying?
We are being aggressive at the plate. I mean, Kate Anderson,
first pitch of the game. Like, let's go, hack it.
But I mean, he's been consistent every game I've watched him this year.
Absolutely.
4 or 5 games. He's daddy cuts on first pitch, which that's not bad. But when you get several people being aggressive like that, and you look up and it's the 3rd inning, and the guy's throwing
last at bat, it's a missile. It's just right at people.
Squared it up.
Right.
You can't tell people to stop doing that.
Right. But if that at bat is in the 1st inning, it sends a statement. Do you know what I'm saying? Statement of too little, too late at the end of a game. But if that happens in the 1st, they're like, whoa, hold on.
Right.
And adjust the entire approach.
Well, in all fairness, too, I mean, what out of 21 outs, how many strikeouts did we have?
Not a lot.
Maybe 1, maybe 2.
I think I want to say Carras 1 and 2, maybe 2. I don't
maybe
remember.
2.
Yeah, maybe
My
2.
point being is that, we're putting pressure on the defense to try to make the plays. Kudos to Dutchtown for making the plays.
They made the
you know
plays
what?
today.
That's a baseball game.
Right. And Russo hit a screamer to shortstop he got on with. There was 2 or 3 we are hitting the ball hard. It's just not falling.
Making a lot of loud outs. We're just not finding many holes right now.
So, they're out there putting the tarp on the field for tomorrow's games.
I think we're going to get a little bit
of rain tonight, around midnight, 1 o'clock. I think there's about
the field's in great shape. I mean, it really is. It probably could.
I think this is just
take rain.
Yeah, it could take.
This is a precaution.
This is
we got how many games do we have?
We got 3 games tomorrow. Not St. Paul's, but I know we got a 10 o'clock game. Then we follow up at 12:30, followed by the afternoon cap at 3:30. I think. Or 4 o'clock.
Tomorrow, St. Paul's takes on Santa Maul.
Big game,
the Gators. Pretty much, you're going to see Ascension Parish. They're 2 miles down the road from Dutchtown. Same kids, different colors. Different jersey numbers.
The Gators,
colors.
man. The Gators are coming in town.
Another big-time program.
Yeah, they're competitive, man. They're competitive.
Yep. So look for another good matchup.
I think that's very important this early on in the season. You got some guys, playing in different positions. You got some young guys on the field. You want to have these scenarios played out to the best of your ability early on. Have it be battle-tested. Put your game plan together. See what your best.
Look at Connor Simon with one arm out there.
Look
right?
at him.
If that's not a wolf, I don't know what is right now. I mean, that guy's got his turf shoes on.
No doubt.
Yeah, he's ready to play.
He's dressed out.
He's ready to play.
He's doing his part.
Show up on time. Show up on time. Dressed to play.
He's got a stopwatch in his back pocket.
I know.
So
I know. There's your stopwatch, by the way. Simon's got it.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
So, but St. Tammany Oshner post game show. Thank you to those guys.
We're figuring it out, guys.
Yep.
So just stick with us. Stay with us.
Yep.
They're
Thank
still
you for watching.
a very exciting team, man.
Yep.
So
thank you to the Top Velocity guys, Dr. Pat McNeil, Brent Porcio over there at Top Velocity. Tell us about their program. Tell us about Bartolo Colon being able to do a backflip and CC Sabathia doing 360 dunks.
Yeah.
Those are big dudes.
I'd love to see that.
Those are factettes. Factoids are actually lies. I don't know if y'all know that. Factettes are the truth.
We learned a new nickname, great nickname, Big Pasta.
Big pasta?
Big Pasta.
Matthew, that might Puma Pasta?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Big Pasta.
The big cat was moving on that double, though.
Yeah.
That was like hype video.
It's my favorite part about the whole thing, man. It's just
knowing everybody.
The camaraderie and, like Shaq came up to me, he goes, dude, he's not done yet. And it's like, no, he's not done. He's not done. He's got another year left.
Still got 2 more years.
Yeah, he's a
COVID sophomore.
Yeah, so it's good to see the freshmen out there, the sophomores out here figuring it out, and I just think we're figuring it out, man. So I just want to make this as special of a year for Matthew and Hunter and the Leno, however you say it, and the entire Slayton. Yeah, they're out here, man. They've been grinding, trying to get to this moment. And the fact that we can play, I think, is just absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
And the fact that we're growing in attendance is even more awesome. And there's just a lot right when you go to a ballpark.
That's absolutely
so,
right.
Let's go ahead and wrap it up.
Yeah.
St. Tammany Ostringer post-game show. We'll be back tomorrow live with the St. Tammany Ostringer pre-game show around noon.
Okay.
Depending on game times, we might be a little bit delayed. Check us out on Facebook or Twitter for all the updates.
Yeah. We got Randy Montgomery on the mic.
Randy.
We got the
got
from what I
Ridge,
hear,
Ridge on Tuesday.
We
So
got
be prepared, guys.
Yeah,
double barrel right there.
So I think we have the coach before Mick.
Do we? We have Mullen.
Mullen's supposed to be coming in.
Okay.
From what I hear,
Mullen.
Look,
That's great.
I get these celebrity lists that might be coming in, and
radio edits.
Well, and also special thank you to the St. Paul's alums that are starting to come trickle in, and
we
really love the idea of having the alumni come back and tell us how they're doing post graduation from St. Paul's, and just talk a little bit about the school. And we're a few months in, my family, but I know Cooper can't say enough good things about it.
Same
and
here.
Both of
and it really started prior to with the acceptance of the younger kids and coming in and doing their tour at school.
Right.
And it's like Jacob Shear said,
The
I
kid
remember
that he,
I remember the kid at
Cooper, and all of a sudden he's walking
the baseball
in.
camps.
Yeah.
And this is not even is like Lake Castle days,
Right.
and
he's talking about when he was a sophomore.
Yeah.
And he had to bring Spolita around.
Right.
Like it's the entire aspect of it. It's the carousel of progress in baseball.
Right.
And with St. Paul's here, so I think
that's my favorite
great.
ride at Disney World.
Yeah, carousel of progress.
Because you can just sit in that chair and not
There's
do
a great,
anything.
big, beautiful tomorrow, guys. Remember that.
We'll end it with that.
That's a key to baseball, by the way.
That's right.
There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Let me
Tomorrow.
tell you something. If you don't have a short memory,
you got to flush it, guys.
You're going to get eaten alive in this game.
So,
you got to wake up tomorrow and know that it's a brand new day.
Yeah.
So we already tried to end it on a Disney reference, so we'll wrap it up there. So it's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. And we'll see you guys